Okay. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Web Oval. We've just had the coin toss. Got no idea what occurred with that. Apologies for the technical issues. But it is a massive match. In some ways, the final starts a week early. It is third placed Prince Alfred Old Collegians, fourth place Glenunga Rams. One of them will keep their double chance into next week. Only the loser goes into an elimination final and will be knockout from there on. I'm Phil Hurd, and great to have you with us, folks. I'm joined by a man who knows all about finals, all about grand finals, and all about premierships. He coached 4 of them. Sean Jacko Jackson. Jackson, welcome to Web Oval.
Jackson, welcome. Thank you, Hurden. You can call me Sean or Mr. Jackson or Jacko. Either is appropriate. Good afternoon, viewers. The weather here at Glenunga, we normally would be able to get Lambo to give you the weather report. Looks like we're having some audio issues here at the moment, so hopefully we can sort through that for you. But the weather here is perfect for footy. Hardly any breeze. The ground is quite heavy, particularly in the centre. But as you mentioned, Phil, this promises to be a ripper. 3v4. Talk about the quality of the sides. Division 1 ladder here on your screen now, you can see that both the same amount of wins and losses, only percentage separating them. So whoever wins gets third spot. When you consider the Prince Alfred Old Collegian side has at least 12 or 13 players playing today with significant SANFL, if not AFL experience, up against the side that's come from Division 5 in a rapid succession plan, only has 2 players that I can think of in Tom Langford and Michael McMahon that have played SANFL footy. They have done a power of work. Great job to be in this position today, Phil.
Yeah, we might come back to that a little bit later. Glenunga, main thing is they've won their last 3 in a row, 7 of their last 10, and suddenly they find themselves 10-7 in the finals. That is guaranteed. Will it be with a double chance or not? Prince Alfred, we know about their season, very slow start, but they've got a wriggle on late. We saw them last week. Probably one of their most impressive efforts all season, Prince Alfred, defeating the Goodwood Saints. It's part of a busy round of football coming up. But whatever the other results are, and Port District Old Ignatians is a big game. Old Ignatians have to win to avoid relegation. And if somehow Old Ignatians can cause the upset, then pressure is on Ross Trevor to win their game hosting the Goodwood Saints. But pretty much, this is the eyes of the Adelaide Footy League, the last minor round, with, of course, finals starting across Divs 2 to 7. Hope to give you some score updates from them. Thanks, of course, to the Banner crew. We're going to bring you the Buddy Bet Division 1 game of the round, and it's with Sean Jackson.
Thanks, Fabulous. Yeah, we're seconds away from the bounce in the ruck for Glenunga. Darcy Mitchell, number 17, and the man we watched last week play a pretty good game, Jordan Neal for PAOC. So, look forward to the opening bounce. Glenunga going left of screen, folks. So, the umpire throws the ball up. First hands on it go to that man, Neal, PAC. Not a lot in it. Spills out to the wing on the far side of the ground. Plenty of numbers at the ball. Can't even see the ball. It's gone towards half forward for PAC. There's plenty of numbers there for Glenunga. In the end, I reckon it's Thomas Bilby, ex-Teatree Gully player who's spent a bit of time at Nord, I believe, who sees that ball out of bounds and will have a ball in half-forward line for PAC. Neal taps it on the check. No one able to take it cleanly, and we'll have another restart, Phil.
Well, this is much better than the last time we were here. For a start, we've got a clash of colours, which is wonderful. We've also got the camera up a fair bit higher, so the better view for everybody. And we've got some sunshine, which just adds hopefully to the feel of spring, which is not far away. Jolly got the ball. He got the pass out. He got it to Larson, who was taken off of the ball. That was Alex Bilby, I reckon. He's got the kick away into some space. It's on the centre wing outer side as the crowd gets out of the way of the rampaging pack. It's going to be a throw. And we've gone 80 seconds into this contest. Glenunga have had one forward 4. They are going to the left of your screen in the navy blue. Prince Alfred, the red men, in the dark red, going to the right. Actually, they're going to the left. Got that wrong again. Unbelievable. But it is Prince Alfred going forward now. Ollie Clark to the top of the square. For Bartlett, fresh with the beanie, decides to play some soccer! Oh, I tell you what, it's like he never retired.
Yeah, Tommy Bartlett. I think he tries to make the easy look difficult at times, just so he can get a nomination for the goal of the day.
He decides to play some soccer.
He gave him best on ground. You mentioned the dartfish beanie.
I tell you what.
It was only because he kicked
like
3 goals. He only
never
had 3 kicks for the day, but he did set up one other goal. But, well, he is a handy addition for a man who was retired, Phil, for 2/3 of the year. Somehow they've managed to convince the old bones of Tommy Bartlett to come back out again, and he gets first score on the board. So we're back into the middle. Mitchell versus Neil. Again, Neil, he's going to have to do a power of work because they lost their other ruckman, Cameron Milne, last week, PAC, and it's Cameron Giles, I should say, yes, with a really bad hamstring injury. Looks like he's gone for the year, so it'll be interesting to see who can give Neil a hit out if he needs a spell. Now Glenunga come away with it, courtesy of Beau Schwarz. They go into their forward 50 for the first time. A nice lowering of the eyes. Ends up hitting Fletcher Wiseman. Now, I had a debate over this, Fletcher Wiseman. He is Wise without the E. So he is Fletcher Wiseman, but pronounced Wiseman, Phil. So would you call him the silent E? Last week we had the silent G.
He's the inserted E.
The inserted E. No, he's minus E. No, it's not your typing. He has yet to have. He's known as the Wiz. The Wiz, Fletcher Wiseman. Straight in front. Will take his best kick. Doesn't strike it all that well, but no, that's a goal. Well done, Fletcher. He fights back quickly for Glenunga. And the story of their season has been low scores. So they don't really rely on kicking a big score themselves. They want to make sure the opposition doesn't score heavily. So it'll be interesting to see if that pans out today. What we didn't get to talk about, Phil, in the warm-up was their season's been impressive for me for a couple of reasons. They've beaten some top sides, but they've very rarely been beaten by a big margin. I reckon maybe one loss in the whole season was by a significant margin.
Yeah, and that was opening days against Port District where they went goalless in the second half, which they did when they had the rematch here at Webb Oval. Of course, Port District, the minor premiers, playing Old Ignatians today. We'll finish, regardless of what happens there, they'll have the week off next week and we'll play the second semi. We're back in the middle. Redmond with the clearance. Stepping out well and taking a strong mark was Jack Machette. Machette. Maybe I'm just feeling French this afternoon, having a croissant for breakfast. Exactly. Glenunga want to play on. Told to go back over the mark, where it'll sit with Nick Wunke. And you can see a decent crowd around the Oval today. Of course, thankfully for the first time in a while, no head-to-head with a home AFL game. That'll be tonight. So you can come to the local footy today and then go to the showdown later on, which is the way it should be. And that's an awesome kick and finding Tommy Langford. I can't say it's can't miss territory, Jacko, because the angle he's got to negotiate, but if he's a right footer, surely this is a gettable goal. Langford for the season. Yeah, not that many at Glenunga level. This is his 5th, so he's qualified for the finals. Averages a goal a game, 4 from 4 thus far. Any score will give the Rams the lead. And he has missed, but it is a 1-point Glenunga lead. It's 7-6, 5 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, you know what impressed me about that, Phil? He pushed Will Dowwood away in a one-on-one contest quite easily, and we very rarely see that. Remember Lambo commented last week about when Will Dowwood plays for PAC, they look so much stronger, and he's right. But certainly Tom Langford, the experience of him, had no problems there. As Jolly brings it out from the kick-in, looking for Neil, punches it forward. It's Wunke who's in best position, along with Lincoln Bennett. Fumbles the ball, Linkett. He's well tackled. Now he handballs it out. Ends up with Beau Schwarz. Lowers the ice nicely. Looking for Jack Scott. Great Scott. Couldn't quite take it. Plenty of numbers around this contest. No one able to get it out with any real assurance. In the end, I think we'll get a restart. Players are calling for holding the ball. And I reckon that's our old Woodville teammate that's umpiring today, Lambo, is it? Hey? Yeah, he lives up in Clare, Mark. So good to see him umpiring today. Ball comes down this wing now for PAC. You can hear the coach, Grimer, calling the boys to go to the boundary, and they listen well. Bit of confusion at the interchange bench for PAC, but coming on now, Tom Bilby, strong body of Tom Bilby. Yep, going straight onto the ball by the looks of it. Right, goes over the top nicely for Darcy Mitchell. He hits it forward, but no value in it because Jolly's in best position of all. He gets it, kicks towards Neil, doesn't quite take it. Play on the umpire calls, spills forward. PAC through Sam Buckham. Can they get it out? Well tackled by Lincoln Bennett, and we'll have a restart.
7.5 gone. I reckon it is actually Glenunga up by 1.7 to 6. Certainly did score a behind earlier on with that shot from Langford. Jolly doing some hard work at the bottom of the pack. Don't want to sound too rude, but that's a rarity. It comes out for Glenunga though. They kick it in. Darwood this time leads Scott to the ball, or leads Langford to the ball. That looks like it's going to be a matchup. And Tommy Langford, from memory, was an ex-North player, as was Darwood. So for a while. So they might actually be ex-teammates sometime at Prospect. Now on opposite ends of the equation. The throw has got over top of everybody. Glenunga have it, need to set up the shot. Does it get through the hands? No, it doesn't. There's Darwood, the last line of defence. Lincoln Bennett just had a bit more time than he thought to get the kick away. Now it's on the half-forward flank. Kick around the body by Abel. He's the late inclusion, number 11. Going to spill by that boundary line, go over any moment, but not before Sam Buckham gets a head-high shot, and he will take the footy.
So Buckham comes now. Nice kick to the coach, Craig Pitt. He now goes into the corridor. Not well directed. Plenty of Glenunga players here protecting the corridor. They'll end up getting it, I think, but they're well tackled. And not a bad result for Glenunga there. Got a turnover in the middle of the ground. They'll get a chance to reset. As you look to the far side of the oval, you'll see the beautiful selection of gum trees. And what you will notice is that there is a home amongst the gum trees with lots of plum trees. We're into the half forward. We're into the half forward line now for Glenunga. I've been wanting to use that one all year, folks, all year. And it's been used and parked. Yeah, so ball up just inside the PAC's forward, Glenunga's forward 50, ends up with Michael McMahon, tries to rival Tommy Bartlett for the goal of the year, but misses, but I think he's won a free kick. Someone from Glenunga's won a free kick. We lost our screen, we've got it back again. Technology, well, looks like Bill, we got a bit of blood coming on their Lambo, or not in the face, or just mud coming on the face. Yep. Oh, that's the coach, captain actually, Alex Haran. So who has the ball? Let's get back to where the footy is. Tom Condon. Mum gave me a box of them when I was a young fellow, box of Tommies I'm talking about, and he steers that straight through the middle, does Tommy Condon. Glenunga's second, they go out to 2-1, and they are taking it at the PAC, because if I was picking an end from here, it looks to me like the ground slopes significantly to the left, and therefore that should be the scoring end.
And I would have thought the wind is probably more a southerly than a northerly, but this is definitely a north-south running football field. I wanted to quickly mention the umpiring crew today. Bo Girdham and Mark Hill, the field umpires. Eli Courtney, Archie Wilson running the boundaries. Dominic Spano and Simon Keir in the goals. So it has been Glenunga. They lead at the moment. It's 13-6. And I don't think that Prince Alfred have been inside forward 50 for a good 4 or 5 minutes. So they're winning the battle on the scoreboard and field position. But you feel like it's sort of, for Glenunga, a case of contain the beast. When will Prince Alfred break loose? We've seen that Tom Bartlett doesn't need much of an excuse to kick a goal. But they're also getting some high tackles. Glenunga here. This is Bilby, who's been busy early. Done nicely into the pocket. Half forward flank. This will ensure a pack. It ain't coming out of there. So we are 11.5 minutes into the first quarter on our Sip and Save scoreboard. Glenunga 2-1-13, Prince Alfred 1 straight 6.
So Glenunga again, push the ball forward. Plenty of numbers around the contest. I think this is symptomatic of what we're going to see today. If you look forward and behind the ball, plenty of space, but not around the exact contest. As Bilby gets it onto the left foot, jams it quickly. PAC first at it. It ends up with Glenunga now. They come around the corner. Tommy Langford dropped what he should have taken. He'd be disappointed in that. But already looking dangerous to Big Tommy. Of course, has played at a few Adelaide Footy League clubs. He was at Paynham. Where else was he, Lambo? Foss Camden, correct. He now is at Glenunga. So, taking out the ruck was Michael McMahon. Couldn't do anything with it. Have a look at the numbers around this ball. Plenty of mud there too. It's going to be difficult to get it out. So we spoke last week in the heavy conditions at PAC about PAC's ability to be able to not just slam the ball, but actually finesse the ball. And I'm not sure if you saw between the posts during the week, Phil, but we had a look at the stats. And PAC, that is a great goal, if you don't mind. Who's kicked that? Anyone see who kicked that? Is that the lad with the shoulder bandaged?
Let's have a look at the replay.
I got a feeling it might have been this wingman. I reckon this might be McMahon. No, it's Samuel Parsons. Let's have a look. 20. I'm saying 20, Lambo, but I've been wrong before. I just can't remember when that was. So ball spills out here in a second. We've gone back a long way. We've gone back to the start of the game for the replay. We need to know who this goal scorer is for accuracy reasons. Oh, no. He's not listening to us. All right, we're back live, folks. We're back live. Can't tell you who kicked the last goal, but Uncle Lambo will be onto that. Glenunga forward again. They now lead. Where is the scoreboard here at Glenunga Oval too? Oh, good heavens. You'll need good glasses to see that. But it is 3-1 as Jolly comes through the middle for PAC. Kicks the ball beautifully towards Bartlett, but getting in front of him and doing it well and also earning a 25-metre penalty was Zach Smith, who was in our team of the year for the halfway part of the year. And I was right. Sam Parsons, the wingman, was the kicker of the last goal. They go inside 50 again this time. This time, Will Dowd has no trouble with Tommy Langford. Just bumps him out the way and takes an uncontested mark.
And a beautiful intercept by Nick Wonke in scoring territory. And all of a sudden, this is a very dominant period by Glenunga. Last time we were here, they kicked 4 goals in the game. They kicked it within about a 10-minute period. They're lining up for their 4th right now. And it's going to be the 4th individual goal scorer if Wonke can slot his 10th for the season. Distance, accuracy. From the outside 50. Long kick to the right-hand side, off hands, and behind it is. Glenunga add to their score, 3-2-20. Prince Alfred Old Collegians 1 straight 6, 14-point margin. 15 minutes gone, first quarter here at Webb Oval. Shirley had to go and fetch his own footy.
Man on man, interestingly, no zone.
Kick comes out and finds into the side Campbell Wildman. Last week playing for the Port Magpies in the Sandful. Port Magpie, well, he was down at Noarlunga last week playing the navy blue and white of South Adelaide. Same navy blue, just different team.
This time, PAC, as we've just been joined by our boss, so we better up the standard a little bit because it's been like comedy capers here today. PAC, Trengove in the middle of the ground, lowers the eyes nicely, hits up on the inside. Now they come, having a shot on goal. It's been a while since we've seen this and just not good enough to keep it on line. But a well-needed point for PAC. They're at the 1-1, trailing Glenunga 3-1. And it has been all Glenunga for the last 10 minutes, so that was a welcome respite by PAC.
The question is, can Glenunga clear Now, that's a huge kick. It almost reached the broadcast van here. So you think with that kick, maybe the breeze is favouring the end to the right of your screen that Glenunga are kicking to. Once we get Lambo audio connected, he'll be able to tell us. From ground level, kick by Trengove, inside 50. Snap around the body by Siebels is marked by a Ram opponent. And they will relieve the pressure. So PAC having a moment of field position, but Glenunga holding firm at the moment. Again, a kick to a pack. Scott had the thumb from behind. PAC working around the back to Tearley. His kick, though, again, not to a target. And Sam Abel, he's come in at number 11. Not part of their initial Play HQ team. Has got it. He's got it to Zach Smith.
Yes, he certainly hooked Abel there, Phil. Zach Smith locked inside the PAC front 50. This is the problem with this ground. It's a pretty narrow ground, and if you take a long time to get it on, what you're going to get is exactly what we've got here, and that is a long kick to a contest down the line. Probably suits Glenunga the way they want to play. They're happy to get ball to contest. They believe that at the contest they're quite strong, and that's certainly been demonstrated today, whereas PAC, a bit more finesse, would like to get the ball to the outside. And free kick given there to Chris Short, who's come into the ruck for Patrick Neal to have a well-earned break. He's handballed it off. This is what PAC have been very good at. I'm actually playing zone. You can hear Nathan Grimer on the sidelines. He's very, very excited today, Big Nath. And done a powerful job so far. So ball up right in front of our commentary box here. Should have been a free kick to Glenunga. The umpires let it go. Now he's pulled one out to PAC, to Jolly, is it? No. Can't quite. Healy, is it? Tearley. So Tearley, nice kick into the corridor and a good mark. Nice mark by Mitch Larson. We've seen him play some really good footy this year. Got a powerful left foot kick. Now directs it to the top of the square. Good spot and in really good position. Hugo Kelly. Oh, he just couldn't quite keep it on line, but they are now challenging a little bit.
Well, we're not sharing anymore, Jacko. We've got our individual headsets back. Isn't that a relief?
I feel a bit lonely, Phil.
At least we were getting the transition smooth.
Yep.
Trengove with a kick into the forward pocket. Princes are having a moment here after Glenunga have had much of the play. Umpires found a free, though, and I reckon that's 4 straight inside 50s to Prince Alfred that Glenunga have been able to repel. Kick towards the sideline. Darwood's a long way up. Who's back in defence if Darwood's up on the wing? And right now, Darwood charges back.
Yeah, it looks like he's still covering Langford, so it's Langford who's actually come down the ground, and Will Darwood's come with him. Okay.
And Wonky has it now. Centre wing right in front of the broadcast van. On that patch of weird green stuff. Which is pretty much at a premium by this stage of a footy season. Darwood showing his goal. There we go. He's taken a nice mark on defensive 50. Jacko.
Yes, he has, and he's done what they did the last time. He came into the corridor. The difference was he was able to hit the mark, hit the kick, I should say, and Trengove marks it. He goes equally lateral to Chris Curran, very experienced player, and he's won himself 25 metres, so no question they'll go inside 50. But watch Glenunga peel back. No one back in front of this contest. They'll have plenty of numbers behind this ball. I would expect to see, didn't expect to see that, I've got to tell you. Craig Pitt pushed himself forward up against Tom Bilby. Just the extra 2 or 3 centimetres. Didn't take it cleanly in the first take, but was in good position, and he'll have a chance to put a goal on the board for PAC, which is, I've got to tell you, Phil, well overdue, but they are peppering the goals.
They are. They scored the first quickly, then all Glenunga, and a chance to peg one back right now as we head into time on.
So Craig Pitt, about 40, 35 metres out, straight in front. Nice skip. And I think he's pushed that to the right-hand side. He has. So it's a bad miss for PAC. Pushes them out now to 1 goal 3, I think, to 3 goals 2. quickly they come towards Langford. Tell you what, he's still got some spring in his legs, hasn't he? He's heavily bandaged on the right leg, but he jumped up beautifully at that contest.
I mean, it looks like he and Darwood could play a Masters games, but here they are battling away and having an impact.
Well, he's covering a lot of ground, Tom Langford, so that's a really good sign.
Is that part of the strategy, you reckon, to get Darwood some miles in his legs and wear him out a bit? And a beautiful clearance to Pitt. The kick lacked a bit, but was on direction to Larson. Hot hand pass for Buckham, couldn't handle it. Teely soccers it to Jolly's got to go down and get it, which he does. Neil's waiting for it to come out. Now he comes in and lays some physical pressure. Ends up with Wicks. Wicks to the hot spot. And that's a glorious mark and some good, persistent play by Prince Alfred.
Yeah, Hugo Kelly, I think it is, that's got the mark, Phil. But what was really impressive about that was his ability to lower the kick. He didn't just blast away, did he? He kicked it low, he kept it into space. Good football by PAC. Very, very good football.
So Kelly had the running snap before that's missed. All of a sudden, it's like, can Princes make use of this run? Probably had about 7 or 8 consecutive inside 50s for no reward of substance. Puts that to the right post and too far to the right. 4th consecutive behind a Prince Alfred Old Collegians.
Wow, that looked beautiful off the boot, didn't it?
It didn't look bad from here, but goal umpire did have the angle on us.
Well, when he was named when he was born Hugo, his mum and dad got it right because he is one Hugo man, Hugo Kelly. And he's going to give PAC a real strong target in the front half of the ground in what's been, you know, a fairly significant change to the front half from what they put out on the park last year. He's certainly a welcome addition to their side.
So throw in, you can see the banners there on your screen and a really good crowd here, which is great to see. That's the clubhouse, and I can tell you what, the barbecue makes a very, very decent burger, as Jacko and I think will both agree with. As Glenunga's kicked down the narrow broadcast wing here, the city wing here, and nicely tapped forward by Jack Scott. That's gone from half back to half forward pretty quickly, and a Michael Wunke, the runner for Glenunga's, about to take the field and deliver a message.
Yeah, both sides.
He's looking in very good nick, actually, Michael Wunke.
Yeah, he looks like he could still play. Both sides got experienced runners for PAC. James Dowd, who coached the B grade for quite a while and certainly played a lot of footy at Adelaide Uni. Of course, their father was a Norwood man back in the day. They go out the far side now, PAC. It's Oscar Clark. Just can't take it cleanly, and he's met well by Glenunga, and beautifully done. Got to his feet nicely. Just the handball in the end was a little bit off stray, but I love the way they compete, Glenunga. They really...
Again, so that's McInerney, I think.
McInerney, is it? Yeah, or Alex Haran, maybe.
It's got to turn around, son, so we can give you the due recognition.
Anyway, we have a ball up on the far side of the ground. We have played nearly 25 minutes. A lot of time on. 2 minutes.
So, Nick Eager,
and he certainly looked eager as Jolly handballs at his co-player. Looking for Kelly now, but they're good enough, Glenunga, aren't they? When if the ball doesn't go centimetre perfect to Kelly, they seem to be able to have no problems running out. Now coming at it was Fletcher Wiseman. He's won a free kick. Perryman on the mark. Lowers the eyes.
He's got Zinc-Cream on.
He goes to Langford. How's the spoil from Langford? I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to be in front of him when he delivers a roundhouse by accident.
Next time we see Fletcher Wiseman bob up, check the nose. He's wearing Zinc-Cream. I reckon.
You know what's impressive? Both Perryman and Langford wouldn't understand the word pre-season. It doesn't exist in either of their dictionaries. And they both look in really good nick at the right time of the year.
It's a long season. This is the time you want to be in good nick. Doesn't matter much in March.
Yep, they're a good advert for why would you do pre-season. As McNamara now goes long, looking for Bartlett. Comes out. I think he might have given away a free kick to Zach Smith there. He has. So, Tommy Bartlett just went a little bit early. Plenty of instruction coming from the Glenunga box, let me tell you. We're right alongside them today, and I am going to end up with a cracking headache. I'm going to be calling for the Panadol at half-time if they don't just lower the volume. Now PAC have got it. They're under pressure again here. Glenunga, good enough. Bilby sees it out of bounds.
Well, what they lack probably in a bit of higher level experience, they bring in noise. Enthusiasm.
There's plenty of that here today, isn't there? It's a real good crowd.
And why not? Both teams are finals bound, and the winner of this will be right in the mix with a double chance next week.
Oh, it's as good as an opening as I've seen of a game for a while.
Both teams have had their moments, haven't they, Jacko?
They have, indeed.
And Glenunga, to be honest, have made the most of them, whereas Princes have missed a couple of gettable ones.
Yep.
Jolly almost did his own laundry there for a second. Yes, he did. He got the handball out. Jeez, I say freak in the nicest possible way, Hayden Jolly. And that ends, Jacko, you are spot on. An entertaining first quarter. I'll have 3 more of those, thanks. The rest of the minor round.
Well, this game's had everything. We've had chicken burgers. We've had audio that hasn't worked. We've had the boss rock up to...
G'day, boss.
to check our performances. We've had James Moody here looking really stressed, but more importantly...
But on the field,
most of all, we have had a very, very entertaining first quarter.
We've got to take a break. It is the Buddy Bet Division 1. Back after the break.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks Tony, nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner. A stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back, everyone. We'll go to Craig Lambert very shortly. The goal scorers here, as it is quarter time, Glenunga 3-2-20, Prince Alfred Old Collegians 1-4-10. Goal scorers Parsons, Wiseman and Condon for numbers 20, 35 and 40 for Glenunga, and the sole goal scorer right at the start was a Tommy Bartlett. Both teams had their fair share of the footy, but Glenunga converted those into some goal opportunities. Got a couple of scores around the grounds, thanks to Sip and Save, 1 hour delivery 7 days a week. St Peter's, 2 goals 6, a leading Paynham, 1 behind at quarter time. I mean, Saints have locked in a finals berth, unless they get beat by 400 points. A win, a good win, might see them jump the loser of this one to be able to host or nominate where the game next week will be. The other one is Port District 3-2-20 leading Old Ignatians 1-1-7. I reckon we might go down to Lambo. Going?
Lambo.
Jacko and Phil, what a magnificent first quarter of footy, Glenunga and Prince Alfred. Prince Alfred came out the blocks, kicked the first goal, but ever since then it's been Glenunga. And you know why it's Glenunga? Because they love the stoppages, and that is the key today. They want stoppages after stoppages after stoppages. That's been their strength all year, and they win every one. But also, they're preventing anything that's happening down the corridor, and also the back end of the contest. Okay, with Prince Alfred, Craigie got right up him, and they're not playing smart footy. They've got to get the ball on quicker, work harder, and be more physical around the ball. So Glenunga at the moment ticking all the boxes, and are playing some very good footy. But exciting second quarter. Sun's out, the oval's looking a lot better. The crowd, I've counted them. There's 764 people here today. Back to you, Phil and Jacko, for a big second quarter.
Thanks for that, Lambo. As the crowd disperses.
Almost feels like bring a pet day here today. I saw a girl walking a horse on the middle of the open.
A horse?
Yeah, well, it looked like a horse. It was big enough to be a horse, big, beautiful dog. And I just saw a man cuddling a little, well, it was a dog, but it was tiny, Phil.
Okay.
So we've had everything here today. Good crowd, sunshine.
Yep, and hopefully an excellent second quarter once that man on the far side decides to hustle and get off the field.
Yeah.
There's always one.
Good crowd out the far side. Don't forget, there is a home amongst the gum trees. So Mark Hill throws the ball up. I love the way that the Glenunga ruckman Darcy Mitchell has worked out very early. He doesn't, something I've been critical of the last couple of weeks. He jumps early because he knows he doesn't have the jump of Neil, and therefore gets a neutral ball, and he's worked it out very quickly in the game. As PAC now into Neil in the corridor. Trengove has it, back to Neil. He's well tackled, it's holding the ball. The umpire says, will he let it go? Could have, should have, doesn't. Gonna come back.
Then obviously confused Staples, you thought he did.
Yes. It's going to come back to Bilby in the centre of the ground.
Okay.
But you've got to love the way they just persist, Glenunga. They're at you, aren't they?
They are.
There's no zone here. It's old-fashioned football. Nathan Grimer.
This is Haran, I think he's
Haran's
going to have it. And is there anyone actually? I can't see this other side of the field. I don't reckon there's anybody there. Very crowded forward 50 area. The pack flies with a high ball. At the front square was Wildman. Haran, who took that initial kick, has moved further upfield. He's probably too far out to score. He's going to bomb that to the middle of the goal square. Flies out the back. Who's there? No one really. Another behind to Glenunga. They extend their 10-point quarter-time lead to 11. And at least there's been some play down that end of the clubhouse where most of the spectators are gathered. As Jolly heads to the playground.
Yeah, they're at the far side, PAC. The beautiful kick lowers the eyes to move to Oscar Clark. Now wheels around on the inside. The kick's not the greatest, however. Bilby there, gives it to McMahon. He goes long to the pocket, but Perryman, the experience of Adam Perryman, just gently nudged Wonky out of the way. Now he goes back exactly where it came from. That's the problem again with the narrow ground. The opportunity to switch the play is not always there. And we're going to get a lot of this coming up and down the same corridor.
Well,
so
it's also a narrow ground with a fair chunk of mud right in the middle.
Yes, you probably want to try and avoid the corridor, or certainly the centre square, because of the mud. Now umpires will get a fair workout as a result.
All right, we're back in the middle. We're back in the ruck contest. Neil, I think, got the touch, but ineffective. We're going to go again.
Mambo said Glenunga win every clearance, Phil. Every one.
Every one.
I don't think I've seen that
Well,
before,
they certainly won their fair share, and they're going to win that one. Little
Yeah.
kick around the body. I think that was Egar again.
He's on the money.
He's been busy.
He's been doing his homework,
And
Mambo.
I think the point is they're winning a lot of one-on-one battles. And that's a nice kick towards Wonky. He's actually held on to it.
Langford, I think it is.
Is it Langford? Yeah, it is. Saw the 4. Gee, look, if you're going to have competing good scoring forwards, at least mix the numbers up a little bit.
Go the knee bandage, Phil.
Yeah, oh, thank you, Jacko. So you're the professional now.
You've taught me.
Go for the
You've taught me so much.
The identifying feature.
I'll forever be in your debt.
Okay. You can see the scoreboard, by the way. That's the little mobile score. Not too many scoreboards you see at footy grounds on wheels.
Well, we'll talk about sport all later on, but they should be over here knocking on Glenunga's
I was about
door.
to say, they could do wonders here. But what about this kick? That's a wonder of a kick.
Tommy Langford, welcome to Glenunga.
And that's 4 straight to Glenunga. Let's go to the man with the mic, Lambo.
Phil and Jacko, Tommy Langford started off really well again, but you know the difference at the moment is their quickness around their packs and their first skip. It's back to you, boys.
And he's on the money.
And it's on between Jacko and Lambo.
Well, so far he's right because I've yet to see PAC win a clearance this quarter. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of anyone doing stats today, but perhaps it's a role that Lambo could also do.
What's Dartfish's email address? If you'd like to do stats for us during the finals, please email.
So this time again, Lambo's correct. Glenunga come out through Sam Abel. Hits it into the half-forward line, looking for Tommy Condon, who scored a goal in the first quarter. Gets to his feet nicely. He's gang tackled by Prince Alfred on this occasion, and we'll get a restart. And it is all Glenunga. They're going left of screen, downhill, with the breeze, heading into the city end.
I had a question mark on Glenunga today in terms of how they would be approaching this, given that you'd have to say they've already achieved their pass mark on the season.
Oh, you reckon they took the foot off?
No. I was just thinking about how they would. They haven't. Zach Smith has the ball, by the way. That, you know, a promoted team firstly survive, second play finals, and you'd count that a good year. But they're hungry.
Oh yeah,
they are very hungry today. And at the moment, they're giving PAC as much as the reigning premiers can handle. Right now, it is the Red Men, though, that have it in the forward pocket. They kick it out of bounds in front of the Glenunga bench. No last disposal rule in the Adelaide Footy League. At A-grade level, at least, will be a throw-in.
Two coaches came face to face. Then Nathan had lifted his left arm up. He could have taken.
I reckon. Well, they would have gone
out of the game.
I reckon they would have gone head-to-head, possibly 2009 grand final or 08 grand final.
Right. Pity that old, is he?
Pity. I reckon it was for Glenelg. I don't know. It does blur a little bit over time.
Well,
now 14 years is probably not right. You're right.
No, we've got a ball up. Neil hits it again. Haran from Glenunga. His inside player is terrific. Jolly's there for PAC. Well tackled by Neil. We'll get another start. So we're 5.5 minutes in. Yet to see PAC win a clearance. I just want to see him win one, so I can go at Lambo. But I tell you what, he's on the money. Again, they go forward.
Yeah.
Again, this time it comes out for PAC. Oh, taking a really, really good mark there was Oscar Clark. He makes no time. Goes looking for the big fella, Hugo Kelly. He's trapped on the boundary line, waiting for players to get forward of it. Bartlett's there, heads in that direction, but a really good mark by Craig Pitt. That's the beauty of him, you know. He must find it confusing to know where to play himself.
Well, I noticed that he's never gotten the best players all season.
Is that right?
Which I assume is a determination. I do owe him an apology. He debuted for Glenelg in 2012.
Right.
So.
We said earlier that one game we're calling that we couldn't understand why he was wasting himself in the back lines. Since then, he's played mid or forward, and he's been terrific.
He played a good role up forward last week.
He did indeed. So for his first goal for the day, and PAC's second, Craig Pitt. Oh, he's butchered it badly. Lucky in the end to get a point.
He got a point? Okay.
And I reckon that's about 4 points in a row for PAC. They're 1 goal 5. Not making the most of their opportunities, really. This game should be level. They've missed probably 3 easy shots on goal.
Or at least within a goal or two. And if Glenunga can... Right now it's a 16-point lead. It's not a match-winning lead. But something that if the Rams can build on for the rest of this quarter will give them something for Princess to chase. I've got a few questions on Glenunga. I'm not being cruel. It's just from what I've observed. And one of them is, can they play the full 4 quarters?
Yeah.
They've had a couple of games where they have had some second half fade-outs against Port Districts. They'd won against Rocks that cost them. But then they blew Brighton out of the water in the game we covered at Brighton a couple of weeks ago. So
part of that, I think, is the way they play, Phil. They play a real high-energy contest game, structured restart game.
Yes, exactly.
So they do tend to, you're spot on there, they do tend to burn out a little bit in the second half, and particularly in the second half of the third and fourth quarter. So we'll watch that with interest today.
Which means the game is set up perfectly at the moment. You'd want Glenunga to be in front.
Yeah.
So at the moment, there's Nathan Grimer, who brings the high energy for sure. Pointing out various things. Not sure we'd ever get to a point with this stream, Jacko, if we would mic the coaches up.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. We'd have to put an adult-only rating on the coverage.
Yes, we would. Anyway, Darcy Mitchell has it for Glenunga. He goes down the line. Can't quite keep it in board. PAC now come back exactly where it's come from. Marked this time by Sam Abel. He goes back to the far side. I'm in here, Nathan.
Yeah. He's probably coming up. We'll have to mic him up. He's heard an RFX mic.
Oh, here we go. Glenunga can run into an open goal here. They do. Tommy Condon gets his second. He makes no mistake about that. And I talk about making or capitalising on your opportunities. Yeah. Well, that is Glenunga. They're out to 5-3. But they are making every post a winner, and conversely, PAC, well, they've got some work to do in front of goal. Lambo.
Jacko and Phil, Prince Alfred have not kicked the goal since the first 30 seconds of the game, boys. So what does that say, Jacko? Back to you, mate. What does it say?
That's a great stat from Lambo. I'll tell you what, he could be a good stats man, Phil.
I'm about to say, we might try and duel his role. I probably want 2 pay packets, though.
Yes, that's probably true too. And I'm not sure he can write. That's the only
Don't be, no, Lambo is great. Lambo gets the assignment. When we turn up, I bring the team sheets.
Yeah.
He goes and checks them all off.
He brings the attitude.
His writing is fantastic. I'll stick up for you, Lambo.
Again, Glenunga out of the centre. They are giving PAC. Here's an opportunity again around the corner. Harry Prosser. In the end, it's intercepted by Mackenzie Slee, the North Adelaide veteran. Lovely kick out the far side. Lowered his eyes to McNamara, the skipper. Looks for an option inside again.
Step out of the way, love.
He's had to move a couple of ladies in the crowd. Goes long down the line. Plenty of Glenunga. Gee, their work rate is exceptional.
Yeah. No, they've set themselves up beautifully here. 10.5 gone. And it's conditions-wise, this would be pretty pleasant to play footy, you'd say?
Well, you know the other thing here, Phil, it feels to me like they play their oval really well. And you know what happens if they win today, don't you?
Well, in theory, they could,
They're back here next week, Phil.
No, they would. If they win, they finish probably third, depending on what Goody Saints do.
Sorry, I beg your pardon, yep.
It's actually the loser, in some weird way, that might end up with the home.
Yeah, correct.
Next week, as there's a goal at long last. Ollie Clark converts and forward foy, and Lambo chimes in to remind us that he knew it was at the 32nd mark that they kicked their first. Clark's 5th, and Prince Alfred needed that.
Indeed, they did, Phil. Margin 33-17, 11.5 minutes gone. Jolly now coming off for a well-earned spell. Will Charlton making his way on for PAC.
Just quickly, Jacko and Phil, I don't know why Tommy Bartlett's still on the bench, mate. I think the prize last week is going to his head, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Given it's a cold day, is he wearing his dartfish beanie on the bench, Lambo?
No, mate, but he's sitting there.
So he hasn't come back on?
No, he started the quarter on the ground.
Well, mate, if you focus, have a look, he's sitting there.
He gave a free kick away at the start of the quarter, if you remember, Lambo.
Yeah. Forwards rotating on the bench.
You might be right, Liam. Could you go and ask Tommy, has he been on this quarter? 12 minutes, has not been on the ground at all.
That says something beyond just a normal rest, I would suggest.
That's wrong. I called him in the forward pocket this quarter.
Right. Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay, yeah.
Glenunga have marked it. Zach Smith out the far side to Michael McMahon. He's a rangy sort. Certainly good overhead. A good kick there to Lincoln Bennett. Now they're in the corridor. He goes around the corner. One-on-one situation here. I think that's Harry Prosser. Doesn't have the speed. I'll tell you what, the old fella there for PAC, Will Doward, showed a good turn of speed, didn't he, for a big fella?
Well done, Lucas Stradgakis, who also just kept, by tapping it out of bounds, forced the neutral situation rather than allowing Princes to clear. Now a chance for Glenunga to set up with something inside the forward 50. That was a bit of a weird boundary throw in for mine. Everyone wants a free, nothing awarded. Trigarkis again getting free. They're trying to find the open player. Trigarkis is slung, and it's going to be a free kick to him or a teammate. We'll find out in a sec.
Come back, I think, Phil.
Yeah. Everyone's a bit confused. Butterworth. I don't remember actually having it in the first place. Maybe he was slung off the ball.
Got suspended early in the season, Tommy Butterworth, for a sling tackle. Cost him 4 or 5 games. Right on 50. Can't keep it on line. So that's a point to Glenunga. They're out to 5 goals 4. PAC trailing on 2 goals 5. So this time they come out, PAC, through Perryman. Beautiful kick of the ball. That one's no exception. Got some real good distance on it. But again, it's 2-1. You've seen that a fair bit today with Glenunga. And one of the things Phil was spot on was the Guernsey choice today. Is a real good contrast between the two Guernseys. Easy to pick up the players today. Shows no excuses for commentators today. Other than they've had a big night last night. That was Phil, not me. Here we go, out the back. Good tackle, Sam Buckham. The umpire will call it up for another ball up. Game is really challenging PAC at the moment, particularly in and around the contest. Neil goes forward with this one. Still the pressure on Sam Buckham was good. PAC again come forward. Bilby this time, or Haran, goes to Trigarkis, but a really good mark by Perryman on the half-back flank. He'll settle it down now. He looks for the switch inboard. As has been the case most of the day, there's nothing on offer on this small ground, so he lowers his eyes, goes down the line. No one can take it cleanly. Spills out the back for Larson. He goes with that beautiful left foot. And ball just gets into the forward 50 for PAC as Jolly looks like he's making his way back onto the ground.
Tommy Bartlett, Jacko, still there, mate. I reckon he's ready to have a shave, mate. He could be on the bench for a while. I don't know what's going on.
Is he injured, Lambo?
No. He's all right. He's walking around. He's not happy.
You're the Tommy Bartlett cheer squad today. There's no doubt about that. We did give him the Dartfish beanie last week. So, folks, 15 and a half gone.
We're just building up too, Jacko. I've counted 822 people now on the Gumtree side.
Right. Good crowd, yeah. Good crowd right at the far side. We'll catch you that on the camera occasionally. Again, McMahon comes at this one. Keeps it in. But in the end, it trickles out. But he's had a good game so far, Michael McMahon. They reckon he had 723 possessions last week on the wing. Rocky Butterworth tells me he's prone to a slight exaggeration. Must mention our sponsors, Matt Banner Crew, Buddy Bet, Sip and Save, Wakefield Sports, O'Connell's Meat. No shortage of sponsors. The new sponsor coming on board is Sportal, and I can't recommend to the Glenunga people that you give Sportal a call and have a look at a new scoreboard, because that one is very difficult to read. Patrick Neal goes down the line looking for and finding Craig Pitt. No, in the end, a good spoil from Glenunga's. Ends up pushing the ball out of bounds, and it seems like just when you think PAC have going to threaten, that Glenunga are able to stand up in the contest, and the interesting thing will be, can they keep this up all day? We certainly started well as Neil pushes it forward. Again, it's Glenunga. Darcy Mitchell hacks it around the corner. It's intercepted now. McNamara has it. Lowers the eyes. Goes nicely into space, but a good defensive effort by Zach Smith. Ends up with Oscar Clark. He tries the miracle. Not good enough to be able to get the miracle. Guess if he'd gone to a Catholic college, that might have been more achievable. But it ends up to the point, and Glenunga will relieve. They play on now. Out the far side. Ball lands in the arms of Nick Wunke, but it just goes straight through the bread basket. Now PAC have it in the corridor. Trengove goes long. Looking for Christopher Short. He can't take it. They're still alive, though. Can they keep it in? They can't. Glenunga are the master of pushing the ball out of bounds when there's any element of risk. They've certainly had that drummed into them, that the boundary line is your friend in the Adelaide Footy League. And
plenty of rotation, Checo, from Glenunga at the moment.
Right.
With Prince Alfred, they're still waiting for a taxi, mate, because they've been waiting here for a while to go on.
Here's Tommy Bartlett looking like he's ready to go now. So around the corner, Zach Smith. and we'll have another boundary throw-in. So certainly no shortage of stoppages today. The weather is absolutely ideal for football. Very little breeze, nice and overcast, great conditions.
They played 20 minutes so far, Shawnee, second quarter.
Right. Okay, so Patrick Neal pushes it forward for PAC. The umpire comes in, he'll have another crack at a restart here. Interesting to see. Got a sweeper in good position, PAC. Can they get it out to him? In the end, Trengove it is who wins it forward, gives a beautiful handball to Larson. Around the corner, looking for big Hugo, he can't take it. Ends up with a free kick. It is to to Glenunga, and they have all the answers. I reckon that's Oliver Clark that couldn't take it, and it ends up with Tom Michaelani. Goes looking to bring rain with that kick. Oh, McMahon goes the big fly. Can't keep it on line. PAC around the corner. Head towards Oscar Clark. And for the 15th time, we'll have a boundary throw-in. We are averaging a boundary throw-in every 35 seconds. I don't know, I've lost my co-commentator, Phil. McMahon around the corner. PAC now inside the corridor. Nice kick and a fantastic mark taken by Ben Siebels. And he'll have a shot on goal directly in front. Lambo, I've got a bit of homework for you. Ben Siebels, you find out whether he's Carl Siebels' brother that used to play at PAC.
I can tell you now, it is.
His younger brother,
yeah,
is
I met him last week, mate, for the first time.
Right, okay.
And guess what? Tommy Bartlett's coming back on.
Good to see. So Ben Siebels, about 40 metres out, directly in front. Distance will not be a problem. Slips a little bit in the mud, but no problems. Keeps it on line. That's his first for the day, but more importantimportantly for PAC, that is their third, and they are closing the gap on Glenunga. Glenunga 5-4, PAC 3-6. The margin is, well, what is the margin?
Jack, the difference is at the moment with Prince Alfred, they're working harder around the packs. They let it go for a while. Now they're working really harder, being smarter, moving around, giving the ball quicker. That's
Stepped
the difference.
it up. Yeah, so, you know, they've certainly been challenged early by Glenunga. Now the question is, if they lift their game a little bit, will Glenunga be able to lift theirs and go with them? So, evenly poised, 10 points the difference in favour of Glenunga. We're in the centre square. Darcy Mitchell pushes it forward. This time, PAC are going to win a centre clearance, but well tackled in the end. They don't get a lot of distance. They should get a free kick here. Poss says play on. Mitchell. Now they go deep inside their forward 50. Oh, PAC had 3-on-1 there. Weren't able to take the mark. Good effort by Tom Condon. I think the Tom Condon story is quite interesting. Kicked 9 last week, Lambo, Tom Condon.
Jacko, just some news, mate. Tommy Langford, it's got his hamstring ice, mate. He's on ice. He's off for Glenunga. So we'll see how that goes, Jacko.
Well, that's not a great sign because Tommy Condon kicked 9 for them last week, but he hasn't qualified for finals. This is only his third game, so he won't play finals. So if Langford's not there, their full forward line looks a little bit bare. What's that?
Yeah, I will. What's he doing? I'm sitting.
They get a bit of problem with big, fabulous Phil gone missing. Been abducted from the Glenunga Oval. If anyone sees fabulous Phil Herden out there, please let me know.
Good to sit next to you, Jack.
Yeah, good to see you back inside.
Lambo.
It's
been a while since I've done some time with you, Jack.
Yeah, Glenunga need this one, Lamb, just to reassert their authority on this game. It's been good when they've been inside 50. Here's an opportunity. McMahon goes the check. Looking for a free kick again. Too easy. Mackenzie Slee. Although he's been good interception from Glenunga. Their pressure is good, isn't it, Lambo?
Yeah, especially the last 7, 8, 9 minutes. Prince have shown why they're right up there. Their pressure around the ball has been really, really good in that time.
Yep. No, I know you're happy with the way PAC have stepped their game up.
Well, we want to have a really good contest today. Like Grimmer said when I interviewed him, he reckons it's the most important game for 40 years for the club today.
Right, okay.
Yeah, big call.
Yeah, it's a big call. This is our 27th boundary throw-in out the far side.
Yeah, your far side, Jack. That's called the Gumtree side there today, Jack.
There's a lot of people out. I don't know. I guess you know why. The sunshine out there, man. Lambo.
Oh.
Sunshine on my shoulder makes you happy.
Okay, let's fire up.
So, Darcy Mitchell slaps it forward. Here's an opportunity for Glenunga. Oh, he's given away a free kick. Didn't see it, the umpire.
He did.
So he saw the... What did he see? He
saw the second one, Jack.
Yeah.
Sometimes they see the second one, mate.
Yeah. Lucky Mackenzie Slee with the orange boots.
That's an unusual name, isn't it?
Mackenzie or Slee?
Both.
Okay. So he goes out the far side. All the play's been out the far side, which is disappointing for us.
Yeah, but it's been a strategy.
Oscar Clark has the ball now. Goes for some length. Good punch from Glenunga. Opportunity here for Beau Schwarz. You're going to run onto this one, Beau Schwarz. If he can take it cleanly, he does. Wheels around on the left foot, puts it back into the dangerous spot for... And winning a free kick was Fletcher Wiseman.
He's played all right, Jack, actually, hasn't he?
The Whiz, yeah, don't mind him. There's not a lot
What do you
of
call
him.
him, the Whiz?
The Whiz.
I thought there was only one Whiz, but no, he's... I like that. And he's strong hands there too.
Yeah,
you know what, again, I hate in footy, Jacko? Players turning their back on footy when they get a free kick. Don't you hate that, mate?
Turning their back on the goals,
yes,
Craig. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So get it right. He's laid it off, though, beautifully. Good handball. Oh, the power of that man. I think it was Sam Parsons he laid the ball off to, and he certainly had no problems with the distance, but accuracy, well, that's a problem. And Glenunga badly needed the goal. They've scored a point, and Jolly will bring the ball back in for PAC.
Definitely a strategy that Jolly's kicking in on every point, mate.
Yeah, him or Perryman. Perryman's got a beautiful kick as well. So Jolly comes this side, which is good for us. Goes in the direction of Neil. He can't take it. Again, Glenunga good enough. Free kick paid by Mark Hill all the way down from Clare.
Good on you, Hilly. He looks good too. His chest out today, Jack.
He's fit, looking real fit.
Clean shoes too. That's in the bag.
Free kick there should have been paid to Glenunga. Missed by the umpire. Good tackle by Trengove. And a little bit of push and shove, a little bit of niggle. I like that.
Yeah.
The feeling in this game.
25 minutes into the quarter, Jack. Not much time left, matey. So we'll see if we can get a score in the next minute or so, matey.
Yep. So Glenunga have that opportunity now, Lambo. They're inside the forward line. It's one key. Nick Variety has the ball. Still stays down the skinny side of the ground. Not sure about that because there's 2 PAC to 1 Glenunga. And sure enough, PAC win the ball.
I'd like to know the stats of how many throw-ins and how many restarts there been in this second quarter. There's been a lot, mate.
There's been a lot. I would concur with you there, Craig. William Lambert.
Yeah. What do you think of the standard today, Jack?
No, it's been good. In the second quarter, not as good as the first. The first had a few more goals, I guess. And we know Glenunga traditionally don't have big scores kicked against them. Well, no exception today. PAC have managed to kick 3 goals in a half. Here's an opportunity for PAC now. Perryman feeds the handball. Ends up now with McNamara. Was that 15? Players didn't think so. Craig Pitt getting a little bit of attention from...
Oh, Pitty loves it.
Egart. I don't know whether that's a tagging job. Looks like it may be. Keep your eye on that one, Lambo.
Yeah, I'll cut my eyes right on it, mate.
So McNamara goes towards Neil. Just got hard hands sometimes, Patrick. Neil just needs to soften his hands at the point of contest. One key presents beautifully, gives away a free kick, however. McNamara has it. Now he looks for the quick switch. That's the problem, there's nothing on. He's been double tackled and lucky to win the free kick for NI because for mine, that was holding the ball.
Yeah, very lucky. I reckon it might have been Mark Hilly's second cousin there.
Okay. Yep. So McNamara looking for options in the end. Forced to go long towards Neil again. See if he can soften his hands a little bit. Ball goes over the top of this contest.
Big Jordan Nils got a little bit of an injury there, but he's going up for the tap there, Jack. And there goes the sign for half-time, Jack.
Yeah, they certainly can't afford to lose him. You're right, Lambo. He's limping noticeably at half-time. And, well, they brought Chris Short into the ruck.
Shorty.
Who is a big fella, but have a look at him. He's certainly hobbling now, the big fella. And, well, folks, the score at half-time here is Glenunga, 5 goals, 3.
5 goals, 5, Jack, if you focus.
5-5, sorry, 35. and PAC are 3 goals sixth, so 24.
That's 11 points of you because you are the calculator man, mate.
11 points, and we'll go to a break.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Half-time here at Glenunga Oval. Glenunga are up by 11 points, and what a game we got. They're playing against Prince Alfred, and the stand has been absolutely magnificent. I've actually counted, there's 754 people here today, and I've got the president of the Glenunga Football Club, young Ben Stapleton. How are you, champ?
Very good. Thanks, Nebo.
What do you think about the game so far, mate?
Oh, it's tight. That's what we expected. Contest to contest. You know, PAC have got some real talent, great skills. They run hard and use it really well. But, yeah, we're just... we'll keep grinding.
Let's talk about the club. That's what it's all about, mate. It's been, compared to last year, you've got an opportunity to have the double chance. It's been a great year. Just tell us about the things that's been happening off the fields to get there, you know. I mean, it's just been a really driving year for the club, mate.
Yeah, I just think year on year, good coaching group, teachable playing group, so they're willing to learn. And they've really improved. So, just stick to the game plan, do the simple things, and the results have come. Certainly didn't expect to be where we are, but, we'll take it. And I guess we've got confidence over the course of the year that, we can match it with anyone when we're on. So, that's the key, is to be on. So.
It is, mate. Some great sponsorship this year. You want to say a few words about your sponsors too?
Yeah, absolutely. I might need 15 minutes, but no, we're Ray White, Grilled, My Physio SA, Ophir, Asset Management, the Alma, the Arkabar. We've got plenty of sponsors, TPC, P&R Electrical. So, it's got some fantastic loyal sponsors. Could name plenty more, but we're always looking for more. So.
Fantastic. Your role, mate, you're still enjoying it, and how long you been doing it for now?
This is year 3. Loving it. It's pretty tiring, as you know. The pressure on volunteers is real at every club. We'd certainly love to have another dozen people sort of helping out, but we do it because we love it, and that's
volunteers in the club are hard to get, and like you said, it's about passion. People who have been involved for a few years here. Would you like to name a few people who honestly deserve a mention, who'd actually help you behind the scenes, mate, and also in the junior side too.
Yeah, absolutely. Graham Jeske running the juniors, Pete DeWitt running the women's program, Ollie Roger on all the food and catering, Lenny Caputo behind the bar. Kontragakis is doing a great job as the chair, Susie and Nat. We've got plenty of people helping out. We've got a number of players on the committee as well, so they really get involved and help out much more broadly. And my good wife, she's the real president. She's the one that runs all the social media and events and all the other stuff around the place, and she just keeps me in my box.
Great, she's a backbone, mate. So why should Glenunga people come to the club? You got great juniors, mate. I mean, your juniors are phenomenal. You compare to the Tea Tree Gullies, who have got great juniors. Mate, how many clubs you got? How many junior clubs now?
I think there's 39 junior teams. I just think it's just a good family club. We don't knock people back. We really want people to come and enjoy, and we just measure success in the juniors by kids turning up again next year, having fun and learning. We've got some great parents, great teaching, and if we sort of look through the senior playing group, men and women, they're good people, really good people around the club. Nathan's done a great job to bring a real character and respect for grassroots footy, and that's what we love.
Fantastic. You look at the club now, you've got great club rooms, but the Oval, I mean, if you had a wish or whatever, what changes would you make to the Oval? If you've got the council support, of course, too, because we all know about councils, they can be a little bit different at times, mate, leading up the finals.
Oh, you might hit a nerve there. So, no, we've had a pretty challenging week. Council told us at 4:50 on Monday by email that we were off the Oval this week, and they'd tell us on Friday afternoon whether we could get back on the weekend. And that's been quite a challenge, moving junior finals. We had 5 junior finals planned here. They're playing out at Gaza. Really appreciate the support of the Gaza Footy Club. They've helped us out this week. Councils, it's a bit of a challenge, but we're hoping to overcome some of that. And we got Oval, we got electronic scoreboard we're looking for, and a bit of a home. There's no real home feel that you get with other clubs, and that's something we're pretty jealous of, and we'd like to create over time.
And if you can do that, that's great. But it's great for the council because it's a win for everybody. And I guess what I'm a little bit support for tomorrow, you're playing your finals, your juniors at another Oval, and your revenue. The barbecue, the raffles, and all that.
Yep. Oh, that's a big hit. We're not-for-profit organisation, and it's probably going to cost us 10 or 11 grand this week with bar and barbecue and food. So that just puts an extra strain on raffles and other things. So.
Hey Ben, it's always great coming to Glenunga Oval. We appreciate your time and effort. If you've got a prediction and we put $100 in the kitty, what do you get up by today, mate?
Oh, let's just get up by 1 point. I'll be happy with that.
Okay, and we'll have a few drinks after the game. But from behalf of Dartfish, the Adelaide Football League, we love coming here, and we always appreciate your hospitality and everything, mate. And all the best for the rest of the game, and you take care.
And thanks for your support. Dartfish and the Adelaide Footy TV does a great job, so we really appreciate the coverage you give us.
A great interview today, and back to the commercials. Thanks very much.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
And welcome back, folks. You're looking at some replays from the first half. Half time here, it is the Glenunga Rams, 5-5-35. Prince Alfred, 3-6-24. It's been an interesting day, Jack, and including the footy. Prince Alfred getting a couple of late ones to make it. Is it an even money contest, or do you still give Glenunga the odds at the moment?
Oh, no, I don't give Glenunga the odds, even though they're in front of the scoreboard. I just thought PAC controlled more of that quarter, and it's probably been their kicking for goal that's been the difference between the two sides, really.
Well, we're going to test our theory very shortly on how Glenunga as a second half side goes.
Well, we know that Glenunga have been good at all year at keeping scores low, and that's symptomatic of their first year under Nathan last year.
Yep.
And today's been a reflection of that. PAC sitting third on the ladder have kicked 3 goals in a half on a dry day.
Yep.
So you've got to give them credit for that, Phil. Their defensive part of their game is in tip-top shape.
Can they maintain the rage?
Yeah.
Is probably the question. They've got some scores around the Buddy Bet Division 1. It's final round. St. Peter's 4-7-31. Paynham 3 behinds. Brighton and Tea Tree Gully in a game to see who'll be the best side out of the finals. Brighton leading that 4-3-27, Tea Tree Gully 2-2-14. Old Ignatians must win to avoid relegation. Right now they trail Port District by 19 points, 5-6-36. District 2-5-17 Old Ignatians. And Rocks could sort their own destiny out if they could be Goodwood Saints, but at Campbelltown, Goodwood Saints at half-time, 5-4-34, Rocks 1-5-11.
Right. Got some work to do.
So at this point, Old Ignatians get relegated and Rocks survive.
Well, I've got to tell you, Phil, it's been a bad week for the Scotch Footy Club. They lost their spot in the finals.
Yes.
So that was today to Westminster. The one thing they are hanging their hat on is that one of the Catholic colleges gets relegated from Division 1. And that will be the case with either Old Ignatians or Ross Trevor getting relegated. So that's what they're hanging their enjoyment on.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah,
next week finals. Going to be interesting. It's been a very even season.
It has indeed.
You could make a case for certainly the top 3 in Port District, Goodwood Saints and Prince Alfred, based on reputation for Goodwood and Princes. And Port District, they're deserved-minded premiers. The defence is strong. Their recruits have done plenty. And they just find a way to win low-scoring contests. And then Glenunga and St. Peter's are the 2 that are likely to meet in the first semi. Maybe not. We'll see how this one pans out. But they're the ones with some question marks on them. Glenunga, because when's the bubble going to burst? They can't keep rising. They've got to reach a level at some point.
Momentum's is a powerful force.
Yeah.
Look, for St. Peter's, I think the interesting question is next week. They won't play at home. They won't get a choice of venue. It'll be the 4th side that gets the choice of venue. I'm thinking they would prefer a big, dry deck with those big key forwards that they've got up there and trying to isolate them one-on-one. So if the final was here, I would favour Glenunga.
Well, if you remember, Glenunga and Spock played here in round 2. We covered it, and Glenunga was still getting used to Div 1 level, and Spock only beat him on the last kick of the day, pretty much.
Yeah.
And in the rematch at Spock, it was Glenunga winning by 17 points. So the Rams would have some degree of confidence if that's the matchup next week.
Yep. So the alternative is St. Peter's versus PAC. clash of the colleges. So that'll be an interesting matchup in itself.
Well, interesting because remember at the start of the season, St. Peter smashed them at Prince's. Prince's got a response back recently. You'd say Prince's just on form. Glenunga Goodwood Saints would be a qualifying final we would not have been expecting at different points, and Glenunga would give themselves half a chance because they won at Goodwood Saints about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
So if you're sitting at home and you've been enjoying the coverage all year and you're wondering what game we will cover next week, hasn't been decided yet, but we're thinking perhaps the elimination final, Phil, but that'll be revealed during the week, I would suggest.
If we do the elimination game each week, it means we cover all finalists and we'll get to the top teams as we head to the prelim and the grand final.
So some bad news for Glenunga. Tom Langford hasn't appeared back out after half time.
2-person bench. Ouch.
And so with Tommy Condon also not being available next week, it does change the whole dynamics of their front half of the ground. And I wonder whether you almost got to start thinking about next week now for Glenunga for that reason alone.
Not with a game to be won and with a double chance at stake.
Looks like Harry Prosser's gone forward. So we've got a ball up. Neil, first hands on it. Well taken, shark, perhaps by Darcy Mitchell. They go forward now, courtesy of Beau Schwarz. Deep inside of the forward 50. Wow, terrific mark taken by Mackenzie Slee. Runs it out nicely. Ends up giving the handball to Chris Curran. How'd you like to have that quality of Mackenzie Slee giving the ball to Chris Curran and having that luxury in the back half of the ground, alongside Doward and Perryman? 4 blokes have all played significant SANFL football.
Defences win championships, and Princes have got a good one. In fact, this is the second versus third ranked in terms of defence. But Glenunga broken it through. A kicker around the body.
Oh.
Get me that man's number.
Tommy Bilby, that is.
Where's that come from?
That's Lambo.
That's Lambo. Thank you, Lambo.
Excited.
I reckon that we, of course, got the awards. Probably should start thinking, and there's a nominee, and that's a critical opening goal.
Yeah, check side goals.
That's not...
Wouldn't have been a lot of light between the posts, and good enough to...
We watched the replay here. Jolly, the hand pass. The clean pick-up, dash, outside foot. Lovely work. Lovely work. Just what the Rams needed.
Yeah, so can they go back to back? It's a good start. They don't mind playing up into the top end of the oval, up the hill. Neil, it is. He gets this one again. The same as last result. Exactly the same result as last time. Mitchell to Schwarz. He goes and into forward 50. This time a free kick to Mackenzie Slee. So let's see what they do with it this time, and it's a 25-metre penalty. They don't need to be giving away free kick or penalties like that, Glenunga. I reckon that's Nick Onke that's given that away. Interesting to see whether the coach brings him to the bench to have a chat. Mackenzie Slee lowers the eyes. Not the greatest kick. In fact, it's gone straight to Glenunga. The handball from William Staples goes back outside, back to Onke. He's done this well, and beautiful handball inside to Fletcher Wiseman, and an opportunity to play on. Yes, the handball has hit the mark, and Harry Prosser kicks his first and second in a row for the start of the half to Glenunga. They can start to smell victory, Lambo.
Jacko and Phil, it's the start that Glenunga needed, really, because the last 10 or so minutes in the second quarter wasn't, like the intensity wasn't there, Jake, but now they've come out, the boxes like you've never seen before, mate.
Right, okay.
Well, they've thrown down the challenge now. 23-point lead. 2 goals in 3 minutes. You were waiting for them somehow to butcher it. But they didn't.
Yeah.
Like the hand pass to go over Prosser's head or something.
Well, the same result both times in the centre square. Neil wins the tap, and that is 3 in a row. Neil's won the tap, but it's been sharked by the opposition ruckman in Darcy Mitchell, and Glenunga win the clearance. This time they don't quite get it out of the centre square.
Craig Pitt in the middle.
Yep.
So the coach has decided he's had enough. He's trying to get into the action. Jolly with the kick. Bouncing ball. First forward foray for Princes this quarter. Eventually taken off the Glenunga defender. Through the hands of Clark. Now we're into the pocket. Back to Clark. 60 out. He goes deeper. As much as there are pockets here at Glenunga, Larson's in it. He'll now head almost sideways to the top of the goal square. And that's McNamara. What I'm going to call the unheralded Lachlan McNamara, based on last week.
Oh, why? Because we didn't give him an award?
Because he had a lot of stats, so I got told.
Right, okay. Well,
anyway.
Difficult game to see the numbers last week.
Yeah,
He's only a little
blame
fella.
the mud. Go on, blame the mud.
We only recognise the tall players on muddy days.
The showman.
Correct.
So it's going to be a throw-in front of the playground.
Anybody can get lots of kicks, but can you kick 3 goals?
And set up a fourth. I mean, if you set up 4 goals and it was about 12 kicked the whole game,
Yeah,
you've had an impact.
correct.
And that's what we pay.
Well, speaking of McNamara, there he is again. Maybe gets an award today, the way you're talking him up. But free kick, no, not yet. Oh, beautiful tackle. Glenunga's tackling's first class. They come this side of the ground now. PAC in best position. And I think it's Chris Curran with the footy. It is, the green boots. Looking for a bit of a hole to open up. Bartlett presents, but there's no real space. Glenunga very good at blocking all the holes. All the numbers back there again. Good punch. Ball spills to the front of the contest. Wick's trying to take it. I think he's going to get a free kick for head high in the end. He does. Lays the ball off very quickly to Jolly. Not a bad option. And have a look at that kick. That's why he laid it off. One of the best kicks going around is Hayden Jolly. That is his first. But that is a much needed goal for PAC. That's their Jolly's first and PAC's first for the half.
A steady that PAC desperately need. I'm not sure we get the replay. How many steps did Jolly take with this kick?
I reckon about 2.
Yeah, if that. See, Wicks is free. Jolly's lurking. He took a couple. Okay, a couple of short ones.
Yep.
Certainly it looked like a standing start kick. Went the full distance, straight as a die. Back to 17, Jacko.
Well, if Darcy Mitchell gets this out of the centre square, gets the first touch on the ball again here. He didn't take it cleanly. Darcy, you let us down. PAC a chance now with Jolly to Pitt. He can't get an effective kick. Lands in the glue pot. No one will get it out of there. You can bet on that. Oh, it's a Pip.
Jolly tried.
Yeah, he did indeed. Now it goes to the half forward. In the mud there. They follow their work up. Pitt's well tackled. Good decision by the umpire, as in no decision. And
yeah. I mean, there's mud, and then there's stop the ball dead in its tracks mud.
Yep.
Which is what we've got in the centre. That's not such a bad spot there.
Correct. So Neil pushes it on the back. I've got some numbers here. Once again, Glenunga have all the answers. Ball spills to the space now for PAC. They hook it around the corner beautifully in a position. An overly commit there, Lincoln Bennett, but got one hand to it, which was good enough. I'd like to think if that was a final, he might have got his whole body on it. Now, it's still alive for PAC. They come courtesy of...
That was Wildman, I think.
Wildman, was it? The wild man? Yep.
Yeah. Zach Smith has taken the mark. So it is Princes with a little bit of momentum at the moment. Glenunga have been pretty stoic in not allowing them a period where they've scored more than 2 goals in a row. I think would be the most that the Redmen have managed.
Yep.
Glenunga kicked 5 in a row between early in the first quarter and midway through the second. Most generally been a low-scoring contest. That was Pitt, I think, to Jolly. Draws the players. Hand pass went straight to Alex Harron, who quickly kick-started on the body. And now it will spill out of bounds. Or will it? No, it won't. Princes keep it in. Kick in the direction of Oscar Clark. Not sure it's going to come out of there. The umpire is doing a reasonable job, Jacko, just letting the players sort it out. But it wasn't going to work on that occasion.
Yeah, you've got to give the umpires a bit of credit because in games like this, it sometimes can be the easy option is to give away a free kick to try and open the play up. But they haven't done that. I've been pretty impressed with both umpires today. As PAC put a bit of pressure here on Glenunga. Jolly to Trengove. Spills out. Might be Pitt with the footy now, is it? It's hard to see. Lambo, what do you got for us?
Just in another game, Paynham and St Peter's. Paynham have only kicked 5 points halfway through the third quarter to 5 goals.
Right, okay. So Paynham put the Guernseys in mothballs already.
Not the way they want to finish their time in Div 1.
No. Right, plenty of space there for Glenunga there. They come out this side. Geez, that kick's not the best, however. Not sure who he was aiming for, but wouldn't have mattered. Doesn't matter because it ends up with
Parsons,
Sam Variety. They still have it here with Fletcher Wiseman around the corner. Good contest in the air by all parties concerned. Ended up with Will Charlton. He kicked it around the corner. Trengove going for the miracle mark. Can't take it. Plenty of numbers around the contest. Just the competitiveness just gone up a notch again here. Both sides realise the importance.
Yeah, spills down, and that was Buckham under pressure. Glenunga straight down the middle here, finds the grass side. Darwood leading. Oh, the big man going out of Darwood and Prosser. Darwood has run pretty much the width of Webb Oval here to see that one out of bounds.
He's going to need some oxygen, Big Will Darwood.
It's a long way back to the goal square now, and he started his epic journey.
Send out the oxygen tank for Big Will, I would suggest there. He's
No,
hunched over.
Uncontested there for McMahon. On to Haring quickly.
Gone straight to him.
Darwood, who was making his way back, got in the way, but
Hit a free kick.
he got himself a free kick.
I bet he handballs this. Oh, it wasn't his. He looks absolutely his free kick. Kicks it nicely into the corridor for Will Charlton and then directs the play. They come into the corridor here. Nice kick.
Wildman, I think.
Yeah, Campbell Wildman. Nice short kick into the glue pot for Jolly. Can he get a handball on? Gee, missed that one. That was the one he needed to get out to Will Charlton going past. Goes around the corner now. Now,
Good
Glenunga.
way riding the bump there.
Yeah, did a terrific, good kick too. One king ends up with it. Sells the pup on the mark and a beautiful kick. Harry Prosser running into an open goal. Harry Prosser, how do you like it, Big Harry? Well, that's how he likes it because that is his second of the quarter, second of the game, and more importantly, that is Glenunga's seventh, Phil.
How did he find himself that open?
I don't know, but it was a beautiful kick.
Yeah.
Nice sell of the pup by Big Wonky in the centre of the ground against Darwood.
Might get an idea of it here.
Once she sells the pup beautifully there.
Yeah.
Lowers the eyes.
Like there was
no one there at all, is there, for POC?
There's like a quarter of that pocket. There's just no Prince Alfred defender, and there's two Glenunga players.
Yeah.
What's that? Gut running? Work rate?
Yep. Well, that's 8-5. Was a correction. I said 7-5, and they come out of the middle again. Glenunga. Dowd's in good position here. He marks that ball. Doesn't consider the switch of play at all. Had a couple of options out this side of the ground. Now he has a look. Too late. Goes into the corridor. This is risky. It's a good kick, though. Now Mackenzie Sleeves run beautifully off the back line. Goes to Big Hugo. Can't catch it. Gone forward again. Jolly on this one. Watch the left foot here, folks. Bow! He misses the target.
He found the forward target, wrong forward to Condon.
What was Condon doing all the way down there, you may well ask?
Everyone's got to defend at some points. Parsons to Scott, getting plenty of encouragement, I think mainly from the Glenunga fans in that pocket. Nathan Grimer is out. Kick will land right in front of us here. Nailed the thumb from behind. Some quick hands and a quick kick out by Staples. And towards the boundary where it will go over.
I tell you what, that handball from Bilby, that was first class, mate. There's not a lot of players in this comp that could have the vision to know where that target was and then hit him so quickly.
Yep.
It was in and out of his hands in the flash, and that's what people talk about, quick hands. That is a great example of Tom Bilby. Well done.
It's almost one you have to put on slow-mo replay to be able to demonstrate.
Yep.
There's Bilby again. This time couldn't quite get his mitts on the ball. So what we've seen, Jacko, if the two quarters match up for mine so far is Glenunga the stronger start and Princess the stronger finish. Usually around this time of the quarter it transitions over. But Glenunga right now are looking the goods as they just somehow steamroll inside 50. Trigakis eventually didn't get rid of it. taken by Wildman. So now it's a chance for Prince Alfred to attack once Trenkova's juggled and got control of the football. A long raking kick to a target. This is Kelly. Has Kelly kicked a goal today? Well,
No.
He hasn't. So he's had a couple of shots. This one too far out to score, you would think.
Mitch Wick's giving him some advice
And
there.
now he's going to take the shot.
The advice was kick the goal.
All right.
So, yep. So he must know that he's capable of the distance, Phil.
Yeah. Of course, or is it a true 50-metre arc? The kick has the distance, and that's zip 3 for Hugo today.
Yeah, it's a bad miss, like the one in the first quarter that he missed. The one in the first quarter was probably a forgivable miss because it looked like it actually went through on the right post, but that's gone left post, missed by
Overcompensated.
5-6 metres, yeah. Big fella kicking for 50. You got to go right of the post with the natural arc of the ball.
Kick comes in. There's a big pack. Parsons had good position. Couldn't grab it. Working well was Wicks. That is a fantastic hand pass to Pitt. Pretty good tackle. Upset the forward momentum, but Princes are still going here. They've got some numbers. Here's Kelly for redemption. Touched on the goal line through for another behind.
You've got to lift the ball into the air when you kick around in the corner in that situation for that exact reason. If you kick a flat ball, it's going to get touched on the line. So you've actually got to deliberately kick if you're going around the corner like that into the air. It's something you've got to practice at training. But they're starting to rue that they're working hard. The last couple of minutes, they're charging hard in their forward line, PAC, but they've got to start taking advantage of those opportunities. And Glenunga have certainly done that today. Going to mark now on the far side of the ground.
Good crowd on the far side too.
Yep, I reckon it's Michael McMahon. It's up. Has it been paid? I think it has. I think it might be Fletcher Wiseman with the ball. In there goes Long down that line. Wonky presents. PAC too good. Good mark. They come inside the corridor now. The kick again, not the best. Sam Parsons intercepts beautifully for Glenunga. Has an option on short in Bilby. Decides to go over the top of that. Not a great kick. Have a look at that. That's just giving the ball away. You work so hard to get it.
Yeah, unfortunately a wasted forward 50.
Yep. Chance
Chance for Princes through Tilly. He's under pressure. Escapes. Perryman. Now finding through the hands of Mitch Wicks, who's back in the side this week. Touched off hands, the ruling will be a throw-in. Plenty of action just in front of us with the runner and interchange all happening at the moment. You can see our broadcast van there and Nathan Grimer in front of it. Here comes the throw-in. 16.5 gone. Glenunga by 23.
Oh, he's had a bounce.
He's had a bounce. Only a wonky would do that.
He's had a brain fade.
No, I don't get a brain fade. I think that's just the way that the Wonkies approach their football. But Schwartz, he's done another great bit of work there. Hand pass, they missed the target. Princes can't clear, nor can Glenunga. In the end, McMahon had it. He's driven into the mud. Ball up, 55 out. Gee, another Glenunga goal here, and it becomes hard for Princes to catch him, Jacko.
It does, indeed. And this is their strength around the contest, around the restart. Nearly got a free kick there. PAC first hands on the footy, well tackled. We'll have another go here, but these are the situations Lambo mentioned early in the first quarter that Glenunga like. Plenty of numbers around the contest. Their inside work's been terrific all day. Time the ball comes to Glenunga. In fact, I think it might have been Lincoln Bennett, not quite able to take the mark in the end in the shadows. So we'll get another restart, but watch for Tom Michaelani come off the back here. He's doing a good job, Wonky. PAC are actually through Wicks now, but he's well tackled. Larson's puts on a strong tackle. Tackling from both sides been terrific. Not a lot of time and space. You need someone with the ability of Bilby to be able to push a quick handball out of this congestion here, or Trengove. Let's see who can do that best. Glenunga hit it forward. It's in a little bit of space now. Haran ducked his head. Umpire let the play go beautifully.
Well umpired.
Yeah, so that's 5 restarts within inside a minute. No one able to get any clearance. So this is how the scores are reduced just by the numbers around the contest. Not so much back behind the footy, because we're one-on-one behind the ball both sides. But that's 6 restarts within inside a minute and a half now.
Well, I might take over then, Jacko, and see if I can do something about this.
Yes.
19 minutes gone.
Second jumper would be good. Here's one. McMahon, Phil.
Good thump into some space. Tackle lane, and we'll have another stoppage. We've just moved it. Eventually the umpire does get tired and finds a free kick, or the players, probably more accurate, the players get tired and give away one.
So what that shows to me, Phil, that's good coaching, because we've called that the last few weeks when we've had similar situations. Last week, PAC's game, we're calling for a second jumper to come up. Well, McMahon did it beautifully, didn't he? He was able to get it out into space.
Wonky got first hands to it. And this will be another stoppage. Truce, centre wing. About to tick into time on. We're a little away from three-quarter time yet, but gee, if Glenunga could take a 4-goal lead into three-quarter time, the upset could be on, and they're going to get a free here.
Oh, that could be a nasty one, Phil.
This is where you hope he gets up.
I think that's. I think he's copped the knee in the face, side of the face there, Phil. That's not good.
Yeah, he's just a bit of an average act there, Sean and Phil on the there.
It's amazing how they get up that quickly. Okay.
So Langford given a bit of advice from the sidelines. His forwards to come up the ground. He lowers the eyes. Sam Parsons, the goal kicker, has it now. It's true centre wing position.
Are they just playing keepings off here for a moment?
Yeah, I think so, Phil.
Well,
20 minutes gone.
It's on the verge of a match-winning lead if they can take it into the final quarter. But right now they've got to think about getting the next goal for mine whilst they're having it's their moment where they're having the play up their end of the field. And they really haven't come away with a goal on this occasion. Jolly has it to Weeks. Back
Jolly's
pocket.
had a big quarter, boys.
Hey?
Jolly's had a big quarter.
Yeah, he's going to need a big last one too. They're all going to have to lift. Trengove goes from one edge of the bog pit to the other and usually finds the target. This time the coach in pit, who's made, even though he marked it on the edge of the cricket pitch, is made to kick it in the pitch. It's partially smothered.
How did that player get there in that position to be able to smother the ball?
He was running along.
Yeah, has to be 25 metres, surely.
He was just running along. He wasn't necessarily going after Pitt, he was just running alongside. Probably got the shock of his life.
Plenty of tired legs, plenty of rotations at the moment, but Glenunga is still 23 points up. They're ticking all the boxes still, boys.
Yeah, Larson looks a little bit sore there for PAC around the contest there, limping in it, this contest. Ends up with the footy, throws himself out. Not sure he really wanted it, but tell you what, they've got it on the outside now, Glenunga. Here's the chance to have a bounce. He does. William Staples. Go to goal, son. Oh, just pulled the trigger, but the kick just had to come back onto his left foot and just couldn't quite get settled on the kick, unfortunately. That may well have been the nail, Phil.
Could have been the nail. It will stand maybe as a handy point. 23-24 makes a difference. 4 goals only ties it, doesn't win it. We're a long way from the finishing line, though. Just been very impressed by Glenunga this quarter. Usually by this stage of each of the earlier quarters, Princes have got back in it. Don't look like it here at the moment. And they're going to have a chance to go forward again. Inside 50, lots of red, 1 blue. Where's the blue? In the end, Dolwood. Maybe the blue is setting up a wall.
Good kick.
They'll concede the inside 50s for not allowing Princes to work out of it. Very, very defensive attitude at the moment, Jacko, and I can't say it's the wrong thing to do.
No, well, they've been unable to find any real movement on the lead going forward, Glenunga. Part of that is due to the fact that PAC are bottling that up. But here's Bilby now with the left foot long. Come to the forward. Good position there was Lucas Trigargas. Has he won a free kick, has he?
He has.
Yes. What was that for, too high?
I can only imagine that would be what it was. It's pushing the back.
Over the shoulder. He's paid it. Well, Lucas Trigargas, you have a chance to be a hero here, son, because you kick this goal, you are more than double your side, more than double PAC's
Sean, the full official time left, about 2 minutes, boys, in this
2
quarter.
2 minutes, thanks, Jack. Lambo?
Right.
5 goals if they kick this goal, Jacko, and it's going to be a long way back for Prince.
So I'd like to see him kick through the ball here. Lucas. Cometh the hour.
Yeah. But still,
Locked inside their forward half of the ground.
25 points.
Just feels like this last couple of minutes is really important in
Yeah.
the context of the game.
Yeah,
That
I agree.
Could have been it.
1 minute.
Trengove has it. 1 minute to go. Short on the 45. Hits up Campbell Wildman. Got to play on now. He does. Got a player outside here. Jolly's there. It's ended up in the front half, which is a good result for Glenunga. If anyone's going to score left in this game, it's going to be in this quarter, I should say. It's going to be Glenunga.
I reckon you're right, Jacko.
About 40 seconds to play. If they can manufacture a goal here, it will be all stations going. Here they go, out the back of the stoppage. On the left foot, in front, 2 players collide. Oh! Wowee, 2 Glenunga players run into each other, but they're still alive here. William Staples. And
Condon.
Who was it? Tom Condon. Well, Tommy Condon, I think he kicked the lazy 9 last week.
He did.
In his second game for Glenunga. I bet you he wishes he had made the decision to come to Glenunga a week earlier.
Well, 14 goals from 14 games for the Norwood reserves.
Yep.
And
Comes from Metropolitan Victoria. I think Nathan coached him in the EDFL. Okay. I think that's the connection.
Yeah.
So I've already marked him down,
Have
Phil.
you? Oh, no, do
I've
that.
marked him down on the side. My Godfather, that's annoying.
You want some
He
liquid
has
paper?
missed. Oh, folks.
Well, but they didn't get the goal, but they got 3 behinds, half a goal,
Yeah.
and they denied Prince's forward movement.
Well, they got hold of the footy, didn't they?
Yeah, and they won those clearances.
And you're spot on. Look, PAC look sharp at times getting the ball forward, but once it goes in their forward line, they are similar to Glenunga in that there's no standout player being able to command presence and take the footy.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a game on our hands.
We have indeed. We'll take a break. Lambo will go to the huddles. Jacko will think through some analysis. I'll get some scores, and we'll pay some ads.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. So if you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be, like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back, everyone. There is drama in the Buddy Bet Division 1, round 19. And Lambo's out of the huddles. We'll go to him shortly. But we've got some scores around the ground and we've got a drama here. But before all that, let's go to Lambo out on the field.
Jacko and Phil, what a game we got on our hands. But you know what? Glenunga have got all the answers. Great. They played great footy for 3 quarters, and you can hear Grimmer now. We want a double chance. This is the most important game for 40 years for the club. We want it more than them, and they've been doing that right from the start. They've had great pressure. They haven't fumbled, Jacko, and most importantly, again, it's all about the stoppages, mate. You go over here and you hear Craig Pitt. He's trying to get them motivated. They're not working together as a team at all today. They've got to get back to basics. But what he wants them to do is play on at all costs, take the corridor on, kick a few early, and the game could go in their favour. You just never know. But it's going to be a massive effort. At the moment, I'm telling you, Glenunga have played beautiful footy all day, and they've been in and under all day. And I reckon the last quarter, nothing's going to change. They're going to apply that pressure like a grand final, and I reckon they'll win by about 17 points. Keep the great commentating up, boys. Back to you. See you soon.
Thanks for that, Lambo. We've got some big things happening around the Buddy Bet Division 1. A couple of probably irrelevant scores. St. Peter's 9-10-64 lead Payneham 2-8-20. Saints by 44 points. Can tell you Brighton 7-8-48 lead Teacher Gully 6-3-39. So Brighton by 9. But here's where it gets interesting. Old Ignatians have hit the front against Port District. Old Ignatians 7-9-51. Port District a 6-8-44. 7-point lead to Old Ignatians, which means that if they win and Rocks don't, Rocks will be relegated. The score at Rocks, Campbelltown, it's Goodwood Saints 5-12-42, Rocks 4-7-31. So Ross Trevor within 11 points at Goodwood. Old Ignatians are 7 points ahead of Port District. And you're fair to say, Jacko, you've been out to the huddles. As much as these two teams are even on wins coming in, Prince Alfred would have been the big favourites. Glenunga are probably a goal away from finishing their first year in Div 1 in ages in top 3.
Well, I'm up and about, Phil, after listening to Nathan at 3/4 time. I'm up and about. He has, he's got the whole troops going. Yeah, I think everyone's up and about here with a little sense of history. Glenunga, a really good opportunity. They doubled Prince Alfred's score for 3 quarters. Can they hang on at home? The crowd right behind them. Mark Hill throws the ball up. Neil gets first hands on it for PAC, but again it's Bilby at the stoppage. He's been terrific along with Haran all day. Around the corner, Mackenzie Slee's gone into the middle. Not a bad move from PAC's perspective. Wicks has a crack at it now. Slee follows his work up. Glenunga good enough though in the clinches. Where they've been good all day, and again they get the ball forward courtesy of Haran. We'll have another restart. I think you could safely say, Phil, we will have, I'll get Lambo to count them. I'm saying we'll have 30 restarts this quarter, Lambo. That's okay. One.
All right, I'll keep count.
Righto.
So that's the second one, is that correct?
That's third. Centre bounce as well, so 3 we'll say now.
Okay, so that's 3. 4's coming up right now. And what are we going? We haven't even crossed
4
a minute.
inside a minute.
So on this rate, we're going to go about 85.
So to give you an idea at home, folks, like 100 is across a game is a fairly significant number.
Yeah. And look, with each of these, it favours Glenunga. That clock ticks and the pressure builds on Port District to need 5 goals.
Yep.
Or 4 goals and a lot of other scoring shots.
That's 5.
Yeah, and Nathan Graham has taken off the jacket.
Oh, he's warmed up.
He's not feeling the cold. The adrenaline is doing the job for him right now. It's in that scoreboard pocket. Prince's little kick around the pocket. Getting a hand on it was the R.C. Mitchell for stoppage number 5.
6.
Like I said, Phil, stoppages all day, and that's all what Glenunga want to do and win them.
So to win the game, you've got to think about what PAC need to do to win the game. They need to take some risks. So one of the things that the Glenunga perhaps didn't speak about at 3/4 time, which I think sometimes you need to consider what the opposition need to do to take the game off you. To win, they're going to have to play with some risk, some dare, come through the middle of the ground. So I would have been talking about making sure Glenunga cover the corridor. There's an opportunity here, though, around the corner. This could be the nail. Oh, it just doesn't quite stay on line for young Tommy Condon. He's kicked 2 points in a row, 2 goals as well.
Didn't miss by much.
That would have been the nail. Here they go now. Perryman gives the handball. They're out the far side with a long kick. I'm trying to think who up forward for PAC is going to stand up and take the big contested mark, and I can't. Perhaps Hugo Kelly, but...
He's taken a few. He just hasn't been able to slot any.
Yeah. In fact, I can't see him on the ground
and
at all.
Bartlett has been absolutely shut down after the first 30 seconds.
First goal of the game inside 30 seconds, yep.
And then Craig Pitt was busy, but he's not up forward. He's trying to generate something in the midfield. There's McMahon, the kicker around. I'll tell you, have you worked out who you're going to give your beanie to? Because I reckon that guy with the ball right now,
Bilby.
number 8, Thomas Bilby's, I would assume is in your running.
Yeah, certainly in calculations.
Which is a problem, because I got him for the goal of the day. And another player of the day if you're going to give him the beanie.
I think you might have nailed it, Phil. I think for PAC to win this, the coach has got to go forward. I think they can afford to take Pitt out of the middle, but they need some quality in the front half of the ground. And, in fact, as I say that, he is at centre half forward now.
So he heard you, Sean. He heard you.
So he's hedging the bit, yeah.
Yep. So
he'll go in the midfield if he needed, but he'll be a forward target otherwise.
Correct.
Because they've got a pretty good midfield and they've got the ball right now. And there's a man who's got to get into it. Trengo. Got a runner. That's Bartlett. Getting probably one of his first touches for the half, I would suspect. Half forward flank. Goes long. Towards
Trengo.
the pocket. Is that Trengo who's marked it and settled? And there he is.
Yep.
Look who's bobbed up.
So all your best players stand up and that's what you want. When you're going to be a good side, you need your good players, your leaders to stand up when the game's on the line. And that's what we just saw. Trengo kicked the ball in, followed the ball up, got the ball back, gave it to Pitt.
Yeah, that's how it's done. No pressure on the coach.
Well, this is where you got to kick him, Phil.
Yeah. Whoever loses today probably would rue missed opportunities. Let's have a look at how the goal
Kick through the footy. He stabbed at that, Jack.
That's one of them. That hurts. That hurts big time for PAC.
Well, 4 goals, 9. What's that? 13 scoring shots, 8 goals, 7, 15. Could be a lot closer if the accuracy was the same. But there's Darwood who's come up, and he'll send Princess back forward again.
Yep, it goes long, back towards Pitty. Can't take the catch, goes over the top, and we'll get another boundary throw-in.
Looks like the Glenunga
Just
Bees.
over your favourite side there, Jacko, the Gumtrees. 822 people last time I counted. Big crowd today.
Including the Glenunga Bees, I reckon they're having an end-of-season frothy.
Yeah, I think that might be Tommy Javor leading the
TJ's
charge
group.
over there. The TJ Pocket, is it?
I think some of those antics made one of John Kernahan's updates during the
Ooh.
weekly updates during the season. But back to this game, they've gone up, they've gone down. Thankfully, everyone has got back up again. Is keeping it in play. Another stoppage. Lincoln Bennett. How many are we up to now?
10.
10, okay. 10 in 5.5 minutes is, we're going to get over 40. Mm-hmm. So I think you've got your 30 well on track at the moment. Jolly. Rare fumble and a turnover. He's still in the play though. Glenunga just doing whatever it takes, soccering it forward towards that boundary line, and here we go, another stoppage.
Kick back to the boundary umpire. He's taken a nice chest mark. Someone signed that man up the plate. Bit of a change now. Oscar Clark back in the front half of the ground for PAC. Hugo Kelly having a quick spell.
Yeah, Bilby's off as well at the moment for Glenunga. Getting
Free
a
kick.
well-deserved breather.
Free kick to Patrick Neal, Jordan Neal, I should say, for PAC. Old Iggy's, just for those that don't, 14 points up in relegation time against Port Districts, the league leader, who really don't have a lot to play for, in all fairness.
Yes, exactly.
And may well have been offered a keg by Old Ignatius.
Well,
It's something
probably
they've
at
done in
this
the
stage,
past.
you're thinking about it. Well, problem with minor premierships is you can't really
runners involved.
Take it too easy in the final week because you get a 2-week break.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they've got key players, they might be coming in for a rest now, having had their run.
The ball spills to the back. Trengove gives it to Neal. Well tackled. McNamara, forward handball. They're still charging Prince Alfred. They come to centre wing. Coming at it, Bartlett. Again, Glenunga, good enough. Sam Abel around the corner. And
Jacko and Phil, 5 minutes in, and Prince Alfred are playing in Glenunga's hands at the moment. They're applying their pressure, restarts again, stoppages.
well, it's one of these grounds, Lambo, where you might want to say it three-quarter time we've got to run and take risks, but there's not a lot of space. That's the hard part, trying to find space and create space, and Glenunga have been able to do that better across the game than Prince Alfred. That's just the cold, hard facts of the game.
They've been very disciplined about it.
Yep.
Usually at this stage you're tired, you're fatigued, that's where the discipline breaks down.
Nathan
Not seeing it yet.
having a bit of a stretch on the back, looking at the watch.
8 minutes.
Nervous as a cat.
I don't think
on
Prince
tin
Alfred
roof.
they've scored, what, one behind so far. They have it now though, and you can see as soon as they've got it, they want to go. They want to go down the middle and they want to go fast.
Slow.
Although Clark was caught over the shoulder, Prince is free. Mackenzie Slee has it. Gets away from traffic, comes across ground to Perryman. Perryman needs a runner, but first he needs the footy. He picks it back up, goes down the guts. You think you'll find each time now, unless there's an immediate runner. Bartlett with a free.
Give it the last and left footer.
They're going to be going inside down the guts every opportunity. No time to waste. Kicks towards the western pocket off hands. Looking for Buckham, who has the ball, scored it out of bounds. The throw in front of what looks to be a bit of some PAC players.
Subdued. Very subdued at the minute.
9 minutes gone, 25-point margin.
Okay. PAC come at it. They're going to first crack at this through McNamara. He's under a bit of pressure. Gets it on the boot quickly. We'll have restart number 15.
So what, we've reached the halfway point at the 9 minute mark.
Yep. And I reckon I've probably missed a few. So change in the ruck. Christopher Short coming on now for Prince Alfred. He picked this ball up. He can't. Siebel hacks it onto the boot quickly. Goes to the top of the square. Terrific mark taken by Oscar Clark. Under some real pressure there. That was a terrific mark. And he'll go back and have the shot. I don't know, kick the goal. We'll have a shot from straight in front, about 25 metres. Really needs to get it on quickly. This is their first goal for how long, Lambo?
17 and a half minutes. I don't know when the last time was their goal, mate. I know I'm the stats man, but if they kick this goal, Sean, they need to get another one straight after, mate, and then they could be right back in the game.
Okay. Well, the first part is kicking the goal. You'd think it'd be easy for Oscar Clark from there. And he makes no mistake about it.
Five individual goal scorers at the moment for Princes.
Scores coming to us left, right and centre. Old Ignatian's in front.
Everybody wants to tell us, which is lovely, thank you.
Hanging on to Division 1 by the skin of their teeth against the Premiers. Against the top side, Port Districts.
So back in the middle, almost 11 minutes gone. 18 points the margin. A rare ruck tap, they've reversed it. Ruck tap to Glenunga and Princes get the clearance, but only as far as Haran. To Eager. Now this is where Glenunga, if they get it, will work it towards the boundary, but they don't. McNamara has it, he's off to Jolly. Jolly wheels inboard, looks towards the hot spot, needs another mark. Bartlett's taken
25 metres too. 25 metres.
It's going to be 2 goals in a minute.
He's hit him after he's marked it. That's just poor discipline there.
Well, no goal from that spot was a gimme.
Giving him a stinger too. Yeah, that's poor. And then no one stands the mark. That's just a real lack of discipline there from Glenunga, and Nathan would be very upset with that.
Yeah, not impressed. But encouraging at the moment, so back to 18. No, hang on, it can't be right. No, back to...
Just quickly, boys, Harry Prosser came off from Glenunga and Grimmer just gave him a mouthful. He wasn't happy with his second efforts at all there, Jack.
Grimmer or Grimer, is it?
It depends on what moment you
get it right, mate. Come on. Be here
12
all day.
points is the margin, 57 to 45.
2 in a row.
Right, mate.
Thank you. Margin closed to 12 points. Plenty of time left for PAC if they're good enough. Haven't kicked 4 1/4 all day. Glenunga answered every challenge that's come at them. Well, I'll tell you what, they're being challenged right here, right now.
Just like that, we're back to a 2-goal ball game.
Yeah. Felt like Glenunga up by 10, but it wasn't never 10, was it?
No. How many stoppages are up to, Jack?
Well, I've got 17, but I'm sure I've missed a few too.
Yeah.
Good hit from Glenunga, forward. That's Jolly though, is good enough. A kick, got some real purchase on the kick. Need the big fella, number 20, to stand up, Hugo Kelly, and throw his weight around. This is the second ruckman short. He's got it out the space towards Oscar Clark. Bartlett grabs it cleverly, keeps it alive, takes it up with the contest. Good tackle by Glenunga. They come this side. In the end, really, really good result by Glenunga.
Don't go anywhere, folks. This could be anyone's game.
If you're thinking about a quick toilet break, I'd try and hang on if I were you at home. I'm certainly trying to hang on here at the ground.
So we've got the throw in. Heads in the direction of Prince Alfred, attacking the ball well. I reckon that was Ego. He's been pretty good all day for mine.
We've seen PAC win some close games. Remember against
No, it
Port
was Bilby. Who
Districts?
else? Yes.
They
Well,
come home.
I know Port Districts.
Port Districts got it in the last kick of the day, didn't they?
That's
yeah.
right. Princess hit the front. We thought, yeah, they won. And
Yep.
Cooper Gaffney kicked the winner with about 20 seconds left.
Yeah.
So never won until the final siren. And Glenunga have had their share of close ones. Lost on one of the last kicks to St. Peter's, beat Old Iggy's by a point.
Beautiful tap from Wiseman there. Just real intelligent football. Instead of picking the ball up, he just tapped it out in front of William Staples, and they were able to get the ball out. And that's as good a team play as you will see. If Nathan is looking to cut some vision there, there's a great little example of Fletcher Wiseman just tapping the ball out for William Staples so they could get a clearance. So locked inside the front 50. Can Glenunga score? Just doesn't take the ball cleanly, Staples. And, well, it looks like the coach has come back onto the ball, Phil, I think. Yep, he's up around the contest.
Well, he's where the action is, which I guess makes a bit of sense. Dorwood's there as well, as you'd expect, in defence. Glenunga need a settler, and they only need one to settle this down. Pitt, pick up. Trengo waits, they're working it through to Larson. Larson down the broadcast wing where it's 2-on-1 Glenunga. Maybe there was a better option there. Bartlett, though, does well to hold up until the cavalry arrives in Pitt.
They're genuinely under pressure here, Glenunga, now, and there's 15 minutes gone. I've given up the restart count. I'm that in...
I'll concede it to you.
I am that invested in this game.
I don't think a minute's gone without a restart of some sort. Umpire's found a free. Larson going forward. Umpire says no, it's Glenunga's. No extra meterage will be awarded.
Sam Parsons.
Just waste a bit of time.
Important free kick one by Glenunga there to Sam Parsons.
Yeah, compared with the fact Prince has won the clearance and we're going forward.
Yep.
16 gone.
The challenge is, does Nathan change it and sit a spare behind the ball, get Lambo to try and keep his eye out on that. They go long down the line now. Perryman's in good position, but have a look at Wonky over the top. Rolls around onto his foot, lowers the eyes, goes to the pocket, just can't finish the kick in the end, but wowee, mark of the day, without any doubt.
We've got to come up with some of these, don't we?
Goes to Nick Wonky, yes. So we'll get that recorded for a contender for Mark of the Week.
Yeah.
So boundary throw in, locked inside the front half for Glenunga. Trengo's been terrific this quarter. Gee whiz, and Jolly's been good all day. Very easy to pick Prince Alfred's best players. Not so for me for Glenunga.
Bilby?
Been a much more even spread. Yeah, Bilby's certainly been good.
Schwarz right there.
I've liked Wiseman. Schwarz has been good, yeah. Over the top, they're going to have to watch that Glenunga, because they're doing a bit of that PAC coming over the top. Want to try and get this into space if you can, if you're Prince Alfred. They are coming. 12 points behind though. Nearly 17 and a half gone. A spare now behind the ball. I was asking Lambo to look at it, but he's busy elsewhere. I found the spare. What's he doing over there? Got the time for us.
I don't know if I really want to know how much time is left, to be honest.
No.
Schwartz got the tap down, quick clearance. Again, the percentage play heading for the boundary.
Well, that's almost a free kick.
You know, it can stay. Umpire is looking straight into the sun now. It can stay in that pocket for the next 6 or 7 minutes. Glenunga have it won. Princes have got to innovate here. Will tries to push one key out the way. Bounces towards. Oh, there's a pickup. Here's a goal. That
it is.
Is an undisputed Simon Black Academy Player of the Day. Engrave it now, Tom Condon, with a ripping goal.
Well,
everyone's
I
excited.
think you just heard that from the side, boys. That was great commentating by the coach there.
yeah, I'd love to have Nathan Grimer mic'd up at the moment.
Watch this replay. Spin, sidestep, snap, goal.
Absolute beauty.
Close to goal.
Shame we won't see him next week.
That's his third, I think.
Yeah, there is 3-2, like young Tommy Condon.
Do you have a sheet?
I do.
Yeah.
I'll put mine in, then I'll put...
Great game, boys.
Yeah, great game. Well, that just... Well...
The settler.
19, I think that's enough. That might have been the nail, Lambo.
Well, it's not over till the fat lady sings, Shawnee.
Again, Trengo, gee, he's been good, hasn't he? I'm not sure how much of the footy he's had this quarter, but I'm saying he's already in double digits. Pitt fumbles it. Glenunga now got the numbers. Come forward. William Staples lowers the eyes. Good intercept from PAC. Go back from where it came. Punch forward. Now Bartlett swoops onto it. Great tackle. They're out now, PAC.
Kelly to
Struggling
Pitt.
to see that many people in front of me.
That was Kelly to Pitt. Glenunga, though, hold up strong for the moment. Kick back towards the broadcast wing. Perryman took it, tackled, took it. Umpire says that's a mark. Jack Scott hasn't noted it just yet. Perryman's up. Assessing. We're into time on. Perryman sort of like he's got a bit more time than I think he really has. Goes with a high kick towards the packet. Glenunga runner getting into the action. Princes have some numbers. Princes have numbers. They have no space.
Yeah.
They've had no space for most of the day. And you notice the Princes players are going chasing the ball, throwing it back to the umpire, getting it there quickly. Tap down, Pitt around the body. Inside forward 50. They need a mark. They need a snap. They need a goal pretty much now. Instead it comes off the feet and out of bounds. Throw in the southwest pocket. 21 minutes gone. Glenunga leading 63. That's 9 goals, 9. Prince Alfred 6 goals, 9, a flat 18 points.
3/4 time score from Edwardstown West. Westminster. Yeah. Everyone wants to see Westminster lose. Edwardstown 8-10, Westminster 3-4. Looks like that score will go according to script, and Westminster's season will be over.
Last update from Port Reserve has Largs Reserve, has Old Ignatians up by 7. So that's heading towards its later stages of the game against Port District, having must win to possibly stay in Div 1. So kick towards the wing. Important footy to win. With each passing second and minute now, the odds for Glenunga get greater. Princes have scored 2 goals this quarter in the space of 2 minutes. Halve the margin.
Great take. Great take.
Condon's goal, though, seems to have settled the ship for Glenunga.
Lincoln Bennett built like the proverbial, wasn't he? Solid unit around the ball. He's him and Bilby, the strong bodies around the contest have been terrific. Bo Schwarz, I liked his game. He's struggling to find a standout. Alex Hara now gone back behind the footy. The skipper organised it.
That's the loose one, is it?
Yep, that's the spare, and you can just about say good night, Dick. Condon goes around the corner again. They're just making sure Perryman's manned up on. Should be able to set it up from here, PAC, but the pressure from Glenunga, terrific, as has it been all day. Been impressed with the ruckman, Darcy Mitchell's game too, Phil. I'm actually...
Glenunga by 7. Port District have just gold. Right now, can the Rams, who, 3 years ago were in Division 3, could they be top 3 going into the Div 1 finals?
Well, who would have picked that, Phil? Certainly not.
Well,
not
half
me.
of us probably picked Glenunga to get relegated. No one would have picked Glenunga to play finals. And yet, here we are. Schwartz with the kick. And again, out of bounds on the full. Probably would have preferred it to have bounced and been a throw-in, but a long way back now for the Red Men. It's in the hands of Jolly. Even he's a bit indecisive. Goes down the guts, finds McNamara.
50 metres, 25 metres.
25 metres. They're off dashing, trying to run Glenunga off their feet. That's a long 25 by McNamara. He just kept going with no one on the mark, and the kick is found. Jack Marchette, and I reckon that might just about be it.
Oui, Jack Machette. What will you do with this ball? Will you go out the far side? He does. Jack Machette. Looking for the big fella, McMahon. It's been good, McMahon. Around the corner, PAC go now. Here's an opportunity. Deep inside the forward 50. Free kick paid.
Who else?
It's Bartlett. You'll back him from here, Phil. This is his...
You would?
I'll back him from here.
No, okay.
He's got 2. This will be 3. If he kicks it, we'll give him the beanie again. He's hit the post that time. Luckily, the umpire's going to give him another look at it. Hopefully, the clock for PAC has been stopped. 24 and a half minutes gone. This will take the margin to 2 goals if he can kick it. Going to go the snap around the corner. Well, he's learnt from the last kick. He has indeed, Tommy Bartlett. That is his 3rd. I backed him. Phil, was that his 3rd? Yes, his 3rd, I reckon. He got the first one of the day, and he got one down this end.
I missed a couple, Jacko.
No, he did definitely got... that's 3.
Well, your totals add to 7, so I reckon you got a decent chance.
Righto. 2 goals. 2 goals is the margin. Time is 25 minutes.
Yeah. I reckon 5-6 minutes at the most left.
No.
Clearance critical as always.
Nathan very, very tense on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The coach. Centre bounce.
I reckon he loves it.
Oh, he loves it.
I reckon he loves it.
He's loving the siren. Beautifully done, Glenunga in the middle of the ground again. Here's a chance for Tom Condon if the ball sits up for him. Tell you what, this point could be important. He's good enough. Very good play, Mackenzie Slee. Goes to Trengo for possession number 15 for the last quarter.
He had 2 players on him.
Whoa. Condon goes with a handball over the top, if you don't mind. McMahon, his first for the day, and that, folks, is the nail. 3-goal margin cannot possibly be breached from the 26-minute mark of the last quarter. And Glenunga, well, they're going to march into 3rd spot, Phil.
And play Goodwood Saints next week at Goodwood Oval, we assume.
And I think they beat them there last time, did they?
They did, and we're going to have, to start the final series, an elimination final between Princes and St. Peter's.
Well, good.
Whoa.
Good. One of the colleges is out.
Early.
Well, that'll get a crowd next week, I would have thought.
You're not wrong. Just checking some scores. Brighton lead Teacher Gully by 11. Still Old Ignatians by 7.
Alex McKay retiring as the coach today. Playing, stay on as a player, but retiring as a coach as Tommy Bartlett has an opportunity to put his 4th on the board. I think the distance might be beyond him. He's going to have a crack. And I was right. He goes to the top of the square. this is where Big Hugo needs to start clunking a few. I think, for them to go deep into the finals, I know they have Hurd coming back into the side next week, which will be important for them because, he's only played 4 games and he's kicked 5 or 6 in most of the games. So their forward line will look a lot different next week with him.
As will Glenunga's.
Yeah, no
Condon.
Langford, no Condon.
Yeah. But you worry about next week tonight, right now.
Yeah.
Let's just win here, baby. Okay.
Not sure who's more fired up, Grimer or Wonky on the bench.
Haven't seen him that fired up since the 2011 grand final, so.
So, Glenunga, first of the footy here again. As I said, I've given up the count on the restarts.
Don't blame you.
28 minutes gone, folks. This is, I'm not sure it's history in the making. Glenunga have certainly been in Division 1 before. Not sure how they went when they went that many years ago. It might have been 40 years ago, I think they were in Division 1. As Bilby doesn't take this one cleanly. Trengove again. Gee whiz, I'd almost be tempted to give Trengove an award. Such has been his effort, but the effort has been in vain because finally the siren sounds and Glenunga are home 10-7. They have beaten Prince Alfred Old Collegians 7-7 in, well, what you could probably say is their finest win of the season, Phil.
Magnificent win. 7 days is a long time in football. This time last week we were marvelling at Prince Alfred beating Goodwood at Goodwood on a wet, sloshy field and thinking that Prince's might be the unstoppable force in 2022. Glenunga's just stopped them. We've had the minor premier at the moment going down to, at the moment Port District losing in a game of non-significance for them at least.
So
it's going to be a cracking final series.
Good job, mate. Looking pretty happy with himself, Nathan.
Look. He likes getting involved in the coverage, doesn't he?
So we've got a couple of late scores too, which will excite you folks. Goodwood Saints up by 3 goals with 5 minutes to play. So that is Ross Trevor as death knell, I would suggest. They have been the longest college side to survive in Division 1.
Yeah, and Goodwood Saints have won.
Goodwood Saints have won.
Goodwood Saints have won, so we have that locked in. Glenunga have won.
So that ends.
St Peter's are going to win.
I think we do need to recognise they've survived 11 years in Division 1, which is a record for a college side.
And if you're looking for a team of the 2010s, Rocks and Goodwood would have been the 2 for mine.
Massive win. The 2 sides coming up from Division 2. We thought Old Ignatians were gone. They've survived. Well, no,
we haven't got a final yet.
Oh, we haven't got a final
just
score. Right.
Hold the phone.
Hold the gold.
And I can tell you, Port District of Gold, and it's 2 points. It's 2 points at Largs Reserve.
Wow.
That's an update from 1 minute ago, 9:11 to 9:09 at the Chateau. They're all logging on to Play HQ, getting on the mobile to find out what's happening. Meanwhile, Lambo is doing what Lambo does best, rounding up the best players, and we'll have some interviews with Lambo in just a moment. And when we do have a final from Largs Reserve, we'll let you know.
Well, big day for footy. We've got the showdown tonight, but, this was a showdown.
This was fantastic today.
Yep. Thoroughly enjoyed this game of footy today. Thoroughly enjoyed watching a side that's come into Division 1 compete. 3, 2, 1. Lambo.
Boys, what a great game at Glenunga today, beating Prince Alfred by about 3 to 4 goals. It was just a great effort by all the boys. New Balance best on ground today. We gave it a number 8, Tommy Bilby. Well done, matey.
Hey, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
And whereabouts you reckon you won the game today, mate?
Just the pressure and contested ball, I reckon. Been working on it all year, just really up in their face all day. They're really good with their skills, like to use the short one, so I just took it away from them. I think that got the game on our
turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic, mate. Well done, mate. So here's a voucher for you, and can you put that beanie on now with pride, mate? Thanks, matey. Hey, Simon Blatt, Academy Player of the Game. How many beers are you going to get today?
lie.
About that goal, mate. How good was that goal?
No, it was nice. Good to get on the end of one there from the boys. No, it was good fun. I can't play finals, so it was good to finish off with a win.
I thought your forward line pressure was outstanding today, mate.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So probably 3 o'clock in the morning you wake up and probably say how good I am today?
No, don't message me tomorrow. I don't know what we've got planned, but no, it was good fun with the boys. We'll have a good night tonight, I think.
Well done, mate. What size are you in shoes?
11.5.
Bad luck, mate. I got you 9.
Oh, that's right.
Well done, mate.
Make them fit. Thanks, mate. The Powerades, I'll need that for tomorrow.
Fantastic, mate. And we leave the best till last, mate. Well done, Darcy Mitchell, number 17, Mosley Bar and Kitchen Team Player Award, mate. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, thank you. I love the Mosley, so that's good.
I thought your physical side, a lot over this side when I saw was your one-on-one was really good today. You're pretty happy with that?
Yeah, it's something I'm pride myself on, being physical, really just taking it to them, and it was good to get the win.
Well done, mate. I'll give you an award. It's a $100 voucher, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
So $90 for yourself and $10 for your teammates. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'll just put it on the bar. It'll be good.
Fantastic. Boys, can we just come in for a team photo, mate? Hey, from behalf of Dartfish and Adelaide Footy League, Glenunga boys, magnificent win. Final next week. Spoke to your coach at the beginning of the game and he said this is the most important game for 40 years and you probably have to agree with that?
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Let's smile to the camera and good work.
Well done, boys.
Wow, what a day here for the Glenunga Rams. Top 3, right in the mix. Goodwood Saints, their next challenge next week. They are 2 wins from a grand final in Division 1.
That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
Prince Alfred will live to fight another day. They knew after a slow start that it would be a slog. They thought they might sneak into top 3 and make it easier, but no, they're going to do it the hard way through the elimination final. Speaking of hard, right now, it's pretty rough up at Campbelltown because Rostrevor Old Collegians have lost to the Goodwood Saints by 21 points. And we have a final from Largs Reserve. Old Ignatians have pulled off the upset and stay in Division 1, beating Port District by 2 points.
Well, if you thought the excitement was palpable here with Glenunga, and it certainly was, how must the feeling be amongst the Old Ignatians crowd down at Largs Reserve at the moment? First year into Division 1.
Yep.
We were there. We captured their first win against Goodwood Saints at home in Division 1. And then it looked like they were going to Division 2. And in the last game of the season against the top side, at the top side's ground, they pinch a 2-point win. Wowee, footy doesn't get any better than that.
It doesn't, and that's the joy of the final round. That's the joy of the Adelaide Footy League with the promotion and relegation. And Lambo, for mine, I reckon that was one of the most enjoyable games that we've got to cover this season.
I agree, Phil and Jacko. Outstanding game. Glenunga did their homework, boys, today. They really did, and if they keep playing like that, doesn't be hard to beat because, they've got a good game plan and they play for each other, and you can see the excitement now on the screen. They got great culture, and all the best, and we'll see. I can't wait for finals now, Jacko and Phil. I love it. Well,
I think what they do is they play a contested brand of footy, which is what you need at finals time. So they don't rely on open play to score goals. You know, they don't score big. We know that. We've talked about that often enough. But it's the defensive side of the game, and quite often we hear defence win games. Well, there's no better example of that than what you've seen today, folks, in the last 2 hours. Glenunga are a well-coached, well-drilled football side, and I, for one, am on the bandwagon, Phil. I am on the Glenunga bandwagon.
I think because you're probably getting a few drinks after the game, Jack, which you do love.
It's okay.
But
Nathan Grimer is a erstwhile watcher of Between the Posts all through the season. He knows where you stand, Jacko.
One thing about Nathan, boys, as a coach, he's not scared to make decisions. He's not scared to say anything. And like you said, Jacko, at three-quarter time, he put the hairs raising a little bit on your bat because he's a motivator too, and that's what you need.
Yeah, well, he's got the little fella there inside the change room in his hands. Yeah. He is as excited as the players, as well he should be. Yeah. As well he should be. Like, he had a bit of a rough trot there at Sturt, and he was worried about mixing with the eastern suburbs people that we have out here at Glenunga, as you would, being a northerner like Nathan. He hasn't forgotten his roots. He's just a northerner. But boy, he's excited, and we're excited for him.
What I'm really excited about too, Jack and Phil, is that we had the boss from
Darterfish.
Dartfish. I said dartfish. Let me finish my...
Has he copyrighted that name? Yeah. There's a ring to it.
There's not a week that doesn't go by unless there's a stuff up in the... In something, Jack.
I think the stuff up was mine this week, but that's
it was, Phil. We're going to see you for 2 days.
Oh, but look at that goal he's kicked at Tommy Condon. Wow, if only he qualified for finals. The two Tommies are out of the side next week for Glenunga. Beautiful blind turn to feint and then kicks the goal. What was that, his third for the day or fourth for the day?
Now, I quickly, just to wrap up Division 1, there was one score we hadn't told because it was still pending.
Yes.
Brighton had Teacher Gully's measure by a few goals throughout the day. But right at the death, in their 160th anniversary, Brighton have kicked, I reckon, the last 3 goals of the game to win at Brighton by 2 points.
Brighton won by 2 points?
No, sorry, Teacher Gully have beaten Brighton by 2 points. 13-7-85, Brighton 12-11-83. It's a long drive. I've done it from Brighton to Pertaringa.
Yes.
And the Gully boys will enjoy it, I'm sure.
It's very draining.
Well, one thing I've got to say, it's been a tough week for the Adelaide Footy League this week with what happened with Westminster Old Scholars. But boy, oh boy, if the results in Division 1 don't give you some excitement, some confirmation that the competition is alive and that we've got a great final series in front of us in Division 1, then nothing will. We've been lucky enough to watch a great game of footy today. We've thoroughly enjoyed being in a position to be able to call the game, and we look forward to the final series unfolding over the next month.
Exciting, Sean, but what's disappointing is that, you're going away to Bali next week, and that's life. Phil and I run the show, and we're not sure he's stepping up on your plate, but, I'll just take an extra large and a T-shirt and a singlet, but have a good time, and, all the best.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'll try and catch the live stream.
And don't bring back any sandals. Remember,
yes.
And leave your sandals there at the airport.
I'll try and catch the live stream next Saturday on the beach in Legion.
So there we have it. Webb Oval has been the site of some great action today. Might be time to wrap it up. Lambo, any final words?
Great game, great calling, boys. Great, like Jacko said, great finals atmosphere today, and bring on the finals, boys. Loving it.
Jacko, any final words for a little while?
Go Glenunga! Go Glenunga! Let's ride the Glenunga train all the way to the grand final. Right. I'm on the bus.
A final recognition of our sponsors, which include the Banner Crew, Buddy Bet, Sip and Save, Wakefield Sports Clinic, Sportal, Police Credit Union, O'Connell's Meat Central Market, Simon Black Academy. What a play of the day. Roll to the Dice Racing, Archie's Footwear, New Balance, Powerade, Dartfish, Sports Interactive. It gets longer every week. A C-Match Clinical Research and the Moseley Bar and Kitchen. I know, Jacko, but I have to mention them all. If you can mention a few from time to time, that would be lovely. In the B's, it was Prince Alfred easy, but in the A's, Glenunga getting up. Between the Posts, you here for this week's show?
I'll be there Monday.
Okay, check that out during the week. Adelaide Footy League Facebook page. That's it. We're done. Thanks for watching, and congratulations. An historic victory to the Glenunga Rams.
Academy is all about education and sport. Our